So my ad didn't run. That's weird. I'll let it cook for a sec. Sorry. Nothing happened per se. We'll have a chat. We'll have a chat. Don't worry. I'm okay. I promise. We'll let this cook to the end of the ad. One more minute. No, nope. Scared. Don't. Okay. I'm okay. Promise. Promise. "45 seconds. What's the tri-jam right now? Wait. I can't see my screen. Tri-jam is right now. Neat. Very cool. There's been 270 tri-jam. What? This is the 270th tri-jam. What the? They do it every day? It's fucking crazy. I'm starting to see, by the way. I know there's an ad for 2 seconds. Alright. No more ad. Hello. How's it going? Oh, hey. Look at that latest follower thing. It's completely broken. That's neat. Good for that. Hi, everybody. Sorry that I've been gone. Sorry that I fell off the face of the earth. Yeah, my bad. Been a lot of stuff going on here in Japan and life, and turns out moving to an entirely new country where you don't speak the language yet, it's really hard. So I've been like kind of cooked for the last like 2 weeks. That's why I haven't been streaming much. I've been doing like interviews and resume stuff and practicing data science again because I'm trying to get back to being into a data scientist and all that stuff. Gonna get a story time? I have two story times. The first one is more of an experience that I want to share with you people. So the internet is completely cooked. Let me show you what I mean. I had a little bit of an adventure. Let me close my Steam and my Discord, and my Steam. I had a little bit of an adventure yesterday. This is a private window. I want to show you an experience that you can have at any point in time with the internet. I want you to go here into a private tab and type "Skibbity toilet." Okay? And then, oh right, I'm in Japan. I need like the original video. It's not safe for work? It's okay. How'd it work? Okay. We're not gonna actually watch the video. It's not important. It's not important that we actually watch the video. I mean, see, okay, we've already cooked too hard, but this is Skibbity toilet, right? If you haven't seen the video, this is the video. Okay. That's all you have to know. Now I want you to look, we're in a private window, right? So YouTube now assumes that we are Gen Alpha. We have infiltrated the Matrix. We're now Gen Alpha. So what content does YouTube want to give us as a freshly minted Gen Alpha person? I will show you. I will show you what it is. Ultimate Male 07 compilation. The Skibbity Wars 103. Now let me remind you how numbers work. Wars 103 means that there have been 102 Skibbity Wars that you don't know about. 102 Skibbity Wars have happened in our lifetime. And I didn't even know that the word Skibbity and war existed in the same sentence until yesterday. Skibbity Toilet Mega Battle Part 15. Part 15. Part 15. This is 35 minutes long. There are 14. There are 7. What is this? No, there are 3.5 feature-length film long battle to watch in the Skibidi-verse. 3.5 full movies, right? Because 3.5, it's 4 hours to be a feature-length film. Brawl Stars rank up Skibidi Toilet all episodes fan-made. This is the fan-made one, as opposed to the Brawl Stars rank up Skibidi Toilet official version. Okay? We also have Skibidi Toilet fan-made, which doesn't really make any sense because the first one also... Go to the homepage right now. We might be cooked because we're in Japan. Let's see if I can... What's my... Oh. No, we're not cooked. No, we're here. This is exactly where we needed to be. Would you like to watch Skibidi Toilet 70 full episode? Did you know that it has 36 million views? 36 million views. Just because I want to see something. I need the YouTube. I just want to... So we have context. Part 70 of Skibidi Toilet has more views than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, if you look at Pirate Software's every single like live broadcast, 53K, 55K, 7.2. Oh, it was only 8 minutes. Okay, he gets about 60K views per stream, right? 60K views per stream. If you take every single Pirate Software live stream, oops, let me start this up. I'm gonna say 36 million. Divide that by 60. It would take. Wait, let me divide that by 60,000, not 60. So I divide by 1,000. It would take Pirate Software 600 streams. It would take Pirate Software basically 2 years of streaming to equal the viewership of Skibidi Toilet 70 full episode. Not 69, not 68, part 70. Part 70 of Skibidi Toilet. By DaFuck Boom checkmark. They're verified, so you know they're real. I just want to know, before, don't autoplay, I would rather die. Okay. This person has 41.5 million subscribers. 41.5. I've never heard of them. The only thing they publish is Skibidi Toilet. Okay. Hey, I saw something that we need to address right now. Okay. What the fuck? What the fuck do you mean Skibidi Toilet 57 Part 1, Skibidi Toilet 57 Part 2? Do you know what you call Skibidi Toilet 57 Part 2, my guy? Do you know what the name for that is? 58. It's fucking 50. You can't have a Part 57 Part 1, Part 57 Part 2. That's just fucking 58. That's the number 50. We have a thing for that. It's 58. A lot of success just for a toilet? It's admirable, really. I mean, if you think about it. No... I'm not trying to disrespect the guy. Yes, you can? No. 58 is a totally different part. Fair enough. They posted a video 7 years ago of Very Big Smokes order SFM. Oh, so they've been at this for a while. You know, I was under the impression that Skibidi Toilet was like a one-off thing, but I am now realizing that this person's been... Like, shit posting isn't the right word for this. But like, we need a new verb. It's Skibidi posting. They've been Skibidi posting for 7 years, and they only recently became the touchstone of a ruined generation. Okay, well that makes, I mean, hey, our plans are measured in centuries. You know what I'm saying? The fuck, we used to make a lot of funny shitpost Gmod content before the toilet stuff. Once you find the I mean, look, you catch me making Skibidi Toilet, I'm Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I'm also making 38 more of them. This has 38 million views. Do you know how much money you get for 38 million views? Regeneration is a strong sentiment. I don't mean it. Did I start Skibidi posting? I mean, clearly this is the way to become big. Really living under a rock for getting Gen Alpha stuff. I don't normally watch Gen Alpha content because I am a 45-year-old man. Oops, I meant to say 27. Well, secret's out now. What is this? Blorb the bottom to official music video. Was this our ultimate battle? Yeah, this is 100%. This is just our ultimate battle, but for Gen Alpha. That's Plankton. That's the worm from SpongeBob. Why is SpongeBob holding an SMG? Riding it. Oh, he's lighting it up. Oh. Smoking Hydra. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Play audio? I don't think that's a good idea, actually. Gary has turned... No, this is better without audio, for sure. Yeah. Is that Squidward with a fucking Glock, dude? No SpongeBob AI rap? No, it's better without, for sure. Dude, this has the energy of, like... You know the people that have, like, Calvin and Hobbes? But it's, like, Calvin, and he's, like, peeing on something? Just press M once. It is sad to me that I can't unhear things. But anyways, just a fun little thing. Just a fun... I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what Skibidi was, and so I looked it up in a private window, and this is what happened to me. I got completely fucking like psyoped. I don't know what's going on anymore. Anyways, all good. All good. All right, so before we get back into making the game, which, like, I don't think we're gonna finish. The void spreads, you can place towers. That's cool. I think the towers need to be bigger. They need to be... The void can be 1 by 1, but the towers need to be 2 by 2. I have decided that. We need to make peace between the two people that are arguing. What are you talking about? Are two people arguing? They're talking about something important until I'm back? Huh. We're gonna active online during the Gmod shitpost era. It's pretty much rehashed version of that. I mean, I was there for, like, Anonymous, right? Like, I remember it. Not Anonymous. I want Anonymous. Oh, Anonymous. I need the... No, what? Where am I right now? Hang on. Hang on. Need to go in a bit as well. Shall be back. I shall be back for now, though. Okay. Don't worry about my things I was looking up. It's not important, okay? Anonymous. I was trying to explain... Where the fuck are we right now? Yeah, this is what I wanted. Have you seen this video? Rule breaker? Alright, let me pause my music, because this is more important. This is one of the greatest videos of all time. Absolutely no cool dudes, very illegal. Oh! But who dis, though? This is like my version of Skibidi Toilet, I guess. It's the same, I mean, it's literally the same thing, no? He's so cool. Literally the same. I'm trying to think of, like... But, like... Is it because this isn't about a toilet? And, like, that makes it less funny if you're in the exact age range from, like, 7 to 11? Look at this guy. It's a 10 out of 10 video. I mean, it's literally perfection. I don't know if you've seen any other Anonymous videos. They're incredible. What's another good one? What's another good one? Time Traveler? So, this band is called Nowhere. The person with the music going on. You ever seen Shrek's Saxophone? No, I have not. It was cool when we did it Millennials. This is more... 6 years ago? I guess that is Millennials. If you guys have ever seen a Nowhere set live, it is... It makes this video seem normal. The Nowhere live set is fucking incredible, dude. I saw them at Second Sky 2 years ago. They're amazing. One of my favorite live bands I've ever seen. It's their videos that they play in the background are fucking. What brain rot is this? Nothing compared to a Nowhere live set. I'll tell you that. This is my vision of Skibidi. This is my generation Skibidi toilet. Watch this. You ready? Yeah. Yeah. Woo! How does he do that, huh? Is that guy? No brain rot. He's busting it down, dude. Literally, yeah. Hydrate. You got it. I definitely needed today. I was out all day and I did not drink anyway. I got the world's most expensive sandwich today, though. And it was fucking fantastic. We went to a restaurant inside a hotel with my friends. And I was really worried because, like, normally that's a giant red flag. But it was labeled as a hotel and restaurant. So I was like, okay, maybe it's got some legs. The mocha was $10. It wasn't actually $10. It was 1,000 yen, which, like, in my brain is about $10. What's the Super Smash? Yeah, this one. This gets stuck in my head every time I hear Super Smash Bros. Music. There's a $10 mocha, and I was so ready for it to just be an absolutely trash F tier mocha. But it was actually pretty good. Expensive? It was very expensive. And I got a sandwich there too, and it was like roast beef and sauerkraut, which like doesn't exist in Japan. You can't get sauerkraut. It's not a real thing. 2013 MLG compilation brain rot. Oh man, Hutch. No scope. Montage. I think Hutch. I think this guy was like the first person I ever watched on YouTube, like a lot. Was Hutch?
Because I'm Hutch and that's what I do. Oh, look at this guy. I'm gonna no scope him. Fail.
This was Modern Warfare 2, if any of you are.
Fail. Ah, fuck my life.
This was considered. I mean, I don't want to say the best video on the internet, but like, literally was the best video. Rip the Hutch and C-Nanners duo. I didn't know about that. I just watched a lot of Hutch because I was like, wow, this guy's really good at Modern Warfare 2. And the weird thing is, like, you guys ever watch pro gamers from like 10 years ago? Here, let me. Pro League Season 3 World. I can't explain how weird this is.
Almost certain the ninja's gonna
but
go.
Like, let's go into a game of Season 3 League of Legends. These people kind of suck at League. Like, I am 100% confident if you put me on this team for Season 3 League of Legends, like, finals, I firmly believe I would have like been better than all of these players, which is an insane take, right? But like, watch, he just missed, like, they just miss CS left and right. Like, he doesn't even go for that shit. People are playing Vayne in the bot lane. It's none of this is real. Like, I mean, I was good at League. I got up to like Diamond 2, I think was my peak rank. I don't really remember. That's not like great, but it's wasn't pro, but like it's pretty good. I watch boxing. Yeah, I feel like boxing has the opposite thing. Where like, yeah, okay, wait, this is a weird thing. It's probably due to the age of the sports, but like pro running now, boxing has gotten worse. Hasn't it gotten better? Like, haven't people in boxing gotten better and better at boxing? And I feel that way with like running and stuff too. Like, people have just year over year, we just break records over and over and over, right? Majority of that SKT lineup still plays competitive. That's actually very impressive. Like, the fact that Faker is still professional, it is hard to stay at the top. Because one, you don't have like when you're climbing up the ladder, you have a lot more like momentum of like you are trying to become the best person, and you can look up to better players to see how they play the game. When you're at the top, you have to be the one figuring everything out. That's its own skill to staying at the top, and I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to that part. Like, there's Magnus struggle. Yeah, literally. Magnus chance, especially after more rules implementation that promote safety, which is a great thing. Yeah, that's okay. See, let me walk you through the old vein in the bot lane plays that are going on here. Okay, you got Vayne here. You got a Thresh with the Flay, right? Now, this is a pretty good condemn angle, but you want them to approach a little bit more if you want to condemn the Thresh here. Right? So they're chasing down your Sona. You want them to come back a little bit more so that you have a better angle for the condemn, right? He condemns the Corki. Conceivably for no fucking reason. And then Thresh is just walking up for no particular reason anyway, so it doesn't matter. So he comes in and like gets the kill with the W. The condemn is finished now, so the Corki can just W in and is now on top of the Vayne, who's standing on top of the trail left by the Corki, which does damage over time. You can just step to the right and not have to be in that anymore, right? And now they're doing this like weird orb walk. They walked into the tower range before they had to, and now Elise is in there, and now they have to flash. Like, look, put me in, coach. I could have done that like 1,000 times better. It's a weird effect, but that's just how pro sports go. I don't know. But yeah, I think for like most pro sports, the fact that they're getting safer is better because like people are just getting crazy better at the games. I don't think it's like that big of a deal. Yeah. Game update. We're here. I'm gonna try to make as much as I can, but I'm just gonna submit whatever we have by 11 today. Whatever we got. Not too worried about it. Speaking of, that's kind of gonna be my next update. So you may or may not know, I have not been here very much. Because again, life be a little crazy at the moment. So there's no easy way to put this. I'm not graduating. Don't win anywhere. That was a correct play though. No table would be in kill range if not for the condemn, and it wouldn't have ended as a 2-for-1 instead of a 2-for-0. If Corki's gonna W in anyways, you can just save the condemn. You can either condemn off the W, or you can condemn at the end of the Corki W to mash him into the wall, or you can wait for if the Thresh is gonna approach anyways, you can wait for a better angle on the condemn. You don't need to condemn right away. And also, if you're going to do that tower dive, you should at least walk in first. The Corki's not gonna get much further away from you. Can you not just gloss over? I'm not graduating. Never seen it. Let me see the game. This is the game. You can place towers, the void spreads. If you click right now, it just places a tower. I need to make the towers bigger though. I'm not graduating, but I'm going to be not doing game dev until the next Wild Jam. I'm going to be off this. I mean, I'm not going to be completely offline. I'm going to stream Sun Voltex when I can. I bought a USB too, which is a funny sentence. So I can take my model with me to live stream Sun Voltex, but I'm going to focus on studying Japanese and job hunting and Sound Voltex for a while. So I'm going to be offline from game dev officially till the next game jam. And then when the next Godot Wild Jam comes around, I'll be back to like my old schedule, like the 6 days a week schedule, just for the game jam. And then I'm going to start making YouTube videos out of the game jams. So that's kind of my plan. It's going to be a lot less streaming. I'm sorry. Just life, too much going on. I definitely burned out super hard on stream. I don't think it's the particular fault of streaming. I was actually quite comfortable with the schedule that we had. It's just that now there's a bunch of other life stuff that I have to take care of. It's kind of hard to win, dude. Holy I have so many towers and yet I'm still losing. The fuck, dude? This shit sucks. No more towers. Hey, this is kind of fun. This is a fun game that I've made. Shit. These towers definitely need some upgrades. Like maybe like firing speed and stuff. I don't know if we'll get to it, but how do you win this? With the gameplay loop? To what? I mean, we have literally 3 hours. So I don't see a whole lot of pivoting in our future, but I think ideally you want to mostly like protect your base and stuff. Not sure. So you won't be trying to like fight the void at the very start of the game, but yeah, that's kind of my plan. So I'm gonna like take it easy. I literally like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the last couple streams that I've had, I literally couldn't do like any game dev. My brain was just so cooked. And again, it's not from like specifically doing too much game dev or too much streaming. I think that's not really part of the issue. It's just all of the other stuff that I have to do. Someone please teach me Godot. You know who could teach you Godot? You know who's a great teacher? One of the best, probably the best. I got you. Racky. Godot. Rackies exist now? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's an hour-long video on how to learn Godot right here. I haven't watched it, but I 100% recommend it because it's Brackies. He taught me everything that I know how to do about Unity. He's the best. Input variables, if statement, variables 2, functions, random numbers, arrays, loops, dictionaries, enums, match. Guess who needs to watch the enum part over and over and over? Your boy. Your boy definitely does. Bro, I see this video. It's on my feed so goddamn often. And I'm so mad about this. GDScript version is that is the GDScript version. The platformer one is a better start. The platform. Yeah, probably. 2 weeks felt like 2 decades waiting for Brackies to upload again. Same, it's always on my homepage. Do you want to know why this bothers me? Do you want to know how these AI, they train AI to play Trackmania? They, air quotes, train, air quotes, AI, air quotes, to learn, air quotes, Trackmania. You know what they do? It's not brute force, no. It's worse. They use genetic programming, but the way that they do genetic programming is this is not genetic programming, you're just doing it for a video genetic programming, which is that they have a list of inputs. For example, if it's a controller, it's probably like right trigger, steer left, left trigger, steer right, right? They just have a long list of inputs, and they use this as like the genome for the next sequence, and they just try to get the car further and further. This is not AI. This is a memorized list of inputs. There's no intelligence in this. This is not AI. This stands for artificial intelligence. This is a list of inputs. This is not intelligence. It is not decision making. This is genetic programming in its dumbest form. Is it technically genetic programming? Yes. Yes, this is actually GP. This is the basis of GP, actually. Is this artificial intelligence via the way of genetic programming? No. No, this is literally random inputs. This is the same as taking a bunch of random list of inputs and seeing how far they go. And you're just using GP to recombine them. That's not AI. That's not AI. It isn't. Okay? We can all agree this is not what this is. Artificial inference. It's artificial memorization, which is the whole point of AI is like to take things that you have not seen and to make predictions about unseen things, or take things that you have seen in order to make predictions on things that you haven't seen. So like in the case of Trackmania, it would be like getting inputs like how far am I from the closest wall? What can I see in front of me? What can I see to the left of me? What can I see to the right of me? What is my current speed? What is my current gear? What is my current heading? I take all of those as inputs to make my decisions. There is no decision making going on here. This is a random list of inputs. This is basically tassing Trackmania and then saying like, the search for tasks was designed with artificial intelligence. No. You just were an optimized searching algorithm. That's what you've done. There's no artificial intelligence. You just found a list of inputs that works from the space of all inputs. That's not what AI means, dude. You can't just throw these words around. Otherwise, people are gonna start thinking. This is how you get to the situation where people think ChatGPT knows things. ChatGPT don't know shit. That's not how AI works. Maybe the syntax of the VFX are on top of the element. I thought it looked cool that she was kind of behind. This is just told what to do. It's literally like worse than an if-else statement. This is literally just a random list of. There's no. It's the same thing as if you just took. You not try the same model on a new track? No. Unless you count the model as like doing the thing where you find a random list of inputs. But no, they don't. It's the same. They only do it on one track, which means it's not AI. what you're doing is you're taking the search space of all inputs, and just so whatever pedanticum on you won't do this, all deterministic inputs. What I mean by that is you clamp this to say all set of inputs under where like x equals less than 1,000 or something. You need to cap this somehow, otherwise the search space is actually infinite, because it is technically possible that you have a input chain that's like 10 million steps long that does get to the end of the track, but you don't care about that. So you're artificially clamping your like list size to under 1,000. So you're actually just doing a efficient searching algorithm to find local optimizations in the search space of input lists under some number, under 1,000. I feel about the new OpenAI update, which just does stuff that we've been able to do for a while with recognizing images in a photo. People just lose their mind because AI. Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you realize that OpenAI is doing the things they do so that they can get investors and for no other reason, you're like, oh, like in the last video, they made the AI kind of flirty, and people are like, how does it know to be flirty? It doesn't. It doesn't know anything. It's a list of inputs that it thinks are going to come next. That's it. Wouldn't that be super inefficient? What do you mean? What do you think about undefined behavior? What do you mean by that? Like the code bullet method is what he did for Jump King? Yeah, that's not AI. Like, I understand that this is probably the dumbest, like, hill to fight and die on. But like, undefined behavior in C. I'm not super sure I know what you mean. As an apple and a banana, excellent food choice. There was a recent article, I wonder if I can find it, where the AI community has suggested that given an AI model that is given only pictures of cats and dogs, a cat, dog, given only images of cats and dogs, it is theoretically possible that it can learn what an elephant is based on these two images. Now, whether that means there's enough like information gain intrinsic to a picture of a dog to understand what an elephant is, or if there's some element of being an elephant that is similar enough to being a cat or a dog that the model can get so good at determining between cats and dogs that if an elephant is closer to a cat than it is to a dog, it can understand that something is an elephant because it is most like a cat or most like, right? So we figured out that this is actually theoretically possible, that given images of only two things, there is enough information gain that it can determine differences in things that it has not seen before. So given only pictures of cats and dogs, it can eventually learn what an elephant is. Elephant equals X times cat plus Y times dog. Yeah, some linear combination. If the model is good enough, some linear combination of mostly a dog but something a cat will be so far from its understanding of dog and so far from its understanding of cat that it knows that it is neither, but it knows because elephants are closer to dog than cat that this specific linear combination should be an elephant. This is theoretically possible. Okay. The amount of data it would have to collect. So OpenAI is actually making the claim that this is what OpenAI is capable of. The amount of data that we have figured out that you'll have to collect in order for this to be possible is the amount of data equal to what we produce in a year now for the next 100 years. So, given 100 years of the input of the data that we produce now, which I think like in a year, the current internet produces like something like zettabytes of data. How much data on internet per year? Yeah, what is this? I mean, something like a number that doesn't even make sense. Yeah. approximately 328.77 million terabytes of data are created each day. So over a year, that's like what? 20 zettabytes? 120 zettabytes will be generated this year. Yeah, so it needs 100 of that. 100 times 120 zettabytes. What is that? 10. What's after a zettabyte? What's after a zettabyte? A petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, a yottabyte? You need 10 yottabytes of data. Yeah. There are probably enough cat pictures just waiting on the dog owners to catch up. Just make the AI conscious. I mean, ChatGPT is not AGI, so like it will never be conscious. You're telling me that $1 billion industry that disregards copyright and steals data is not wholesome, Chungus? Yes, I know. I hate to be the one to break it to you. I really do. Heard OpenAI was talking about Stack Overflow problems and the solutions. Some devs didn't like that. Yeah, I mean, it's very frustrating when, like, I don't mind that my data is being used to train AI. It's annoying that they didn't even ask. That they're just like, hey, at no point when I signed up for my Stack Overflow account was my account like, hey, we might use this for training AI. It's never told me that. And if it did, it wasn't clear to me. So it's annoying that they could just take my data now. Go undefined behavior on Wikipedia if you want to know. I'll take a look. As a result of executing a program whose behavior is prescribed to be unpredictable. I have no strong feelings about this one way or the other. Yeah, it seems like a side effect of just running things on different computers. Sorry. Estimates are 2024, 140 zettabytes. 2025 is 181 zettabytes. Big spikes from 2020 were mainly due to COVID. Ah, I see. Interesting. Remember when DeviantArt one day just told all their users they were going to use your drawings to train AI? It's so shitty that, like, companies just feel like they can do that, and they can. It's been an hour, hello. Isn't that crazy? Versace, it might even be 2 hours. Maybe 3 hours. Yeah. In an animation video, a premiere, even though it was like 5 seconds long, it has to sound. When, if ever, do you think we're going to reach AGI? Huh. That's a really hard question. I think it's easier to predict in terms of probabilities. So I think within 10 years, 0%, maybe 1%. But 1% feels way too high. But like 0.01%. We'd have to hit something that I've never even seen in my life before, architecture-wise, to get to AGI. We can't even think about what AGI looks like right now. We don't even know what that architecture looks like. We have no idea even how to like approach emergent intelligence, to be honest with you. So within 10 years, 0.0001%. Within 100 years, 10%? Again, we have to hit something that is not... The current like theory behind AI is basically throw so much fucking data at a linear regression model that like eventually it learns some stuff. And that doesn't get you to AGI. That's not emergent behavior. We need something that is emergent. And I think to get to emergent behavior, we need computers that are like 1,000,000 times more powerful than what we have right now, which is actually not like as far away as you think. So I think within 100 years, some base version of AGI, 5-10%. Within 1,000 years, 80%. 80%, I think, within 1,000 years. I think the 20% that remains there is, it might not be possible to get to AGI. Or it might be possible, but in a way that, like, we cannot create with machines within any, like, conceivable future. So, like, it might be the case that to get to AGI, you need an equivalent computer based on like the human brain. Like it might be that the human brain is the minimum case for AGI, just due to evolutionary reasons. Like we're the most efficient, lowest level AGI that you can have. in which case you would literally need to model the human brain, and we're not even close to being able to come close to doing something like that. So that's my estimations. 10 years, like 0.0001%, 100 years, 5%, 1,000 years, 80%. I think that's where I'm at. I think Yosuke had a concept down. What you got? Hell yeah. I think would hold up real AI is just corporate manipulation and control to maximize profits. No, I think like AGI or emergent AI will be created by researchers who just want to make AI. Like the ChatGPT model base was not made for profit. The ChatGPT people implemented whatever theoretical model for profit after, but like the theory behind it was not profit driven, most likely. Or if it was, not in a way that is like not profit driven in the same way that like opening a business is. As Princeton was written, AGI, ASI as characters in writing, I take myself as quite the expert in the field. Nice. Hey, my name's Jeff. How's it going? I think the fact that no one has figured out this guy's AGI, he's just not telling. True. I didn't want to talk. But yeah, I think the fact that no one has actually figured out how to make real sentiment analysis without just using a big data system and acting like it's doing the job is a hurdle. That's exactly it. Like our version of AGI right now, which is not AGI, is if I give you enough data, you will eventually learn these things. And like, there's problems intrinsic to that, not even just what we were talking about here, but there's problems on like let's say we do this cats and dogs experiment over and over and over and over, right? So like we do this on like the 100 years of data. So we're, what did we say? Like it was a yottabyte. So we have like, get this like 100 yottabytes, right? Bytes. And then it gets so good at this, it can learn what an elephant is just based on pictures of cats and dogs. And then we give it an audio file of someone saying the word dog. There's zero. I mean, it just can't crack that at all, right? And then you say, okay, well, we'll give it 100 yottabytes of audio data of people saying cats and dogs. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to write the word dog. And like, you can't just keep patching these things. Like data-driven AI only works on data that is formatable into the things that it can be trained on, right? Which is like antithesis to AGI. Biggest brown moment AI researchers are going to reach is if they accidentally discover that a religious idea of a soul is true and that AI will never be conscious. I mean, I feel like we've already kind of stepped over that hurdle for having to understand. No idea what Blood talking about. Help. We're talking about AI stuff right now. So I'm leaving. All right, you're free to do so. Pass in your DMs. Idea. Thing that popped in my head is Rando, that MP3. Let me pause my music. Rock has made us a song. Oops, that's not. I paused my music. That's pausing all of the audio. Pause my music for a moment. I'm fairly confident we're not submitting very much for this game jam, but. This feels like you're fighting like an underground boss in Terraria. I kind of vibe with it. Ooh, hello. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that's quite good. Ooh. Yeah. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting the void. Ooh, hello. How are you doing, Synthesizer? How have you been? I haven't seen you in a little bit. I hope you've been well, Synthesizer. Yeah. That's real good, man. God, you cook so hard. Very good. It's low-key Rain Man for the GBA. Low-key some Terraria boss music, but that's fucking delicious, man. That's some good ear candy. Streamlabs OBS debate. Don't use Streamlabs OBS. They stole well. I'm not gonna get into the ethics of whether or not you can steal open source software, but they stole it. Focus for 3 whole minutes. You got it. The thing about not doing the stream every day is very much use the momentum of like working on the project the previous day to work on the project the next day. I'm looking at this project. I don't even remember. Up the obsidian. Obsidian. Hello? This, please. Give me this. Tower replacement with mouse click. That's actually done. Implement resource system display at the top of the screen. Have tower cost 25. Only placeable if there is enough resource. We need a resource. Because I'm just a gross person, I'm gonna make a node 2D here. I'm gonna call this resource manager. W-man. And literally it's just gonna attach a script. And it's literally gonna have one thing in it. Class name resource manager ends node 2D. It's gonna have a state hashtag please. State variable. It's going to say var resource count equals 0. Yep. On ready. I want to do this. I should do it like this. Export var starting resource count equals. You start with 25. Congratulations. This can go here. That way we can mess with the starting resource count. So let's say resource count already sets to this thing. Now, that's all that this does. We need to display this. So it's going to have a related control element. This is our control for what? This is the rights. Yeah, this is this control. Okay, cool. I'm going to have something up at the top here. Add child node. Control. I spelled that word. Control here will anchor to the top like this, and I'll drag down. We'll say 100 pixels. Why not? Transform layout, transform. Your X is 288, that's locked. Your Y is, I'll make you 100. Congratulations, you're 100 pixels. Actually, I don't think I think I need the 50 here, and we'll call this the resource control. Resource control. In the resource control, we're gonna have two nodes. We're gonna have the icon for the resource. We're gonna have an icon, a textured rect. Yep. You're gonna sit right there in the thing. I'm gonna anchor you on the center like this, and probably bump your margin by a little bit. Layout, transform. I'm gonna bump you by, I don't know, another 40 pixels, maybe like 120. That's 80 pixels. I like that. My goodness, I meant it here. 80 pixels. Why not? That's probably good. Another resource here. This is going to be a text, rich text label like this, and we're gonna set BB codes enabled. We're gonna say. Font size equals 20. Let's say the word 25. That's so tiny. My goodness. 32. It's better. 64. My goodness, you're so large. 48. It's 48. That's about right. Maybe 46. 45. I want the scroll bar to go away. 43. Perfect. And we'll. It's on the right side of the anchor like that. Now your transform. Transform. Sorry, I just thought of a really embarrassing moment in my life. My brain was just like, "Hey, do you remember that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, I rather wouldn't." And it was like, "No, you're gonna remember it right now." And I'm like, "I'm trying to make video games. Why are you doing this to me?" And it's like, "Cause you had a really good day, and I just feel like ruining it." And I'm like, "Okay. I mean, if that's your prerogative, I guess. I thought we were all on the same team, but do what you need to do." Where's GeoBlock? GeoBlock, Godot assets, sprites. You already know what I'm going to use because it's so pretty. Ores. I think I want this one. I want this guy. Give me this guy. Open this with A-sprites. Open with. Where's A-sprite? I mean, I'll just do. That's okay. But I'd really rather. I so much prefer A-sprite. Man, I'm free from jail. Is it closed source or is it open source? OBS is open. I'm pretty sure OBS is open source. Go on text select. Hello? Oh. Hey, zoom in, guy. No, this is better in A-Sprite for sure. A-Sprite. Hey, Steam. Be the exact way that you are. A-Sprite. Age of Mythology. I mean, I would love Age of Mythology right now. But open project. GeoBlock. No, Godot? Assets? Right. SkyOrs.png. Yep. We're going to grab this little guy. Grab this. We're gonna hit Control C. We're gonna make new 32 by 32. Paste it in. We're gonna hit export as export. We're gonna go here. Projects. Go to Gem 69. Assets. Sprites. We're gonna send. Call it. What is I? You what? I don't understand, and it's I don't need to. We're gonna call this ore resource minerals. Minerals. You require more Vespian gas. Okay, we go here. This is minerals. I'm gonna set it to texture direct. Bada bing, bada boom. We should now have minerals in the game. Look at that, you have minerals, dude. This is a little tiny. I think I want this to be bigger. Why aren't you just strictly bigger, huh? Can I make your size 50? Will that explode everything? 50 by 50? Why is it so big? Weird. Where's the filter? Here, inherent? Why isn't it just set to nearest map? What is the project setting? Why are you so far? Alright, that's a question to ask. These are not aligned, but since it's a game jam game, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to the transform here and set the Y to be 15, and now I'm gonna set it to be 10. And now it lines up and it's fine. There you go, get 25 minerals. I might be schizophrenic. Why are you talking about instruments, bro? I don't know. Just trying to be funny. Working and having your own little spin on it is one thing, but Streamlabs legit took it and slapped their logo on it and called it theirs, which is fucked up. Yeah, I mean, part of what Streamlabs wanted to do was make you think that they were associated with OBS, which is like, hey, maybe let's not do that, guys. Like, what the fuck? Not to spit on religion, keep talking. No, just consciousness is like evolutionary. It's understandable why it developed, but it's not like you can disconnect the needing of a soul for there to be consciousness. Like they're separate things. I'm not here to comment on whether or not humans have a soul because I don't even really know understand what that. It falls into the category of like prove there's a god, prove there isn't a god, and I'm like I don't really think either of those are possible. Prove that at the edge 3 meters beyond the observable universe that there is not a pie. I don't think you can prove that. I don't think that that's a possible thing to like closer to just fuck me when I'm trying to sleep. It's so funny when you do like the I say something, you're like POV, you are X. I've been watching a lot of Northern Lion, and that shit it's funny to me now. It's in my brain forever. It is what it is. I'm cool with it. Why use GIMP? Because Aseprite wasn't in the list of like openable files as well. Cool. This is here. I need to label this. This is the minerals icon. This rich text label is the mineral count. Resource manager here needs a reference to this thing, so it's going to have access's unique name. We're going to have scene refs. Like this. Copy Girl started doing stuff in Godot? Hell yeah. You're not yourself when you're hungry. I didn't read the reference. I'm so sorry. Is Copy Girl streaming right now? They are! Inventory game dev stacking items. Hell yeah. You know who else is streaming? Virtual. They're playing Deep Dip 2. No Bren today. Where's Brent? Who's Copy Girl? Copy Girl's awesome. You should watch Copy Girl. Slash shout out. Copy Girl. They are a fellow game developer. Very cool. They're also a slime in human form. I think slimes are neat. Scene refs here. So this is going to be on ready. Let's lowercase that. Mineral count equals percent mineral count. That. Oh, I need var. That's crazy. They have a 3D model. They can move their hands. I could never. Function updates mineral count display. This is literally going to say mineral. It should be mineral count display. No. Mineral count display dot text equals string. EB code font size. Ooh, say 44. What are you? 43. 43, not 430. That's really big. Plus the resource count. Like that. Cool. On the ready thing, this is actually when this should be updated. So on ready, we're gonna say resource. So we're gonna say update resource count. Running resource count. Yes, I need to clear my throat. Sorry. Hey Anna, how's it going? There are philosophical proofs for and against God, but most of the proofs for God use circular reasoning. Most proofs are against God specifically try to disprove God. I mean, I just don't think that either of those are possible, right? I just, given like what it means to have or not have a God, I literally just don't think it's ever possible to prove or disprove in either direction. I just don't worry about it. But why is neither possible? What do you mean? What do you mean, why is neither possible? It's, I mean, just from like an argumentative standpoint, there's a word for it. It's like proving the existence of the, or trying to disprove that try to disprove that a counterexample doesn't exist. It's like it doesn't, the question doesn't make sense. Hey Suzumi, how's it going? Welcome in. The resource counts, new resource counts. We're gonna do this. Resource counts equals new resource counts, and we're gonna say updates mineral display. Here we go. Talking about religion, not anymore. We were for about 3 seconds, but we're no longer going to do that. If I set this to be 35, does it update correct? Most certainly does. Look at that. The game is working. BB code's enabled, and I'm gonna set the text to be empty. That way I know it's being set at the start of the game. 5, perfect. Cool. We have a resource system. That box on. Have a tower cost 25. So on placement of a tower, we're going to do 2 things. One, check and purchase for amount. So this will return resource count greater than or equal to amount. So this is what we can use to check if something is purchasable, and we'll make this a unique name here. So in the map for the tower manager here, place tower. Ready, place tower, begin placing tower. Begin placing tower, and begin placing tower. Is placing tower equals true. We only do this if you can purchase the tower. Place tower. New tower equals this. Where should we check this thing? Good, thanks. I received my Raspberry Pi 5. We'll soon be able to use it. Hell yeah. Sweet. Yeah, Ursati, I mean, like, you're starting to get to the point where, like, words don't mean what words mean anymore, right? Like, that is the greatest thing we can think of, aka he is that than which nothing greater can be thought of. It's like, words are not meant to facilitate such conversations. Like, you're literally leaving the realm of, like, what you can define with words. And, like, not from just from, like, a lexible, like, the ability to understand what words mean. What chat are you reading? YouTube chat. It's not on the screen, sorry. Started reading the crafting interpreter's book. This is the dumbest argument. It always is. My Twitch broken or something? No, it's your YouTube chat. Yeah, I just don't have it working on. Begin placing tower. You actually should not control it. The UI should control whether or not we're placing a tower. There should be a button that allows you to place a tower. So you actually don't, you don't own this anymore. On the control, we need a new thing, which is the add child node control here. This is going to be the game actions menu. And we'll add a button here. Button. Like this. This control needs to be way lower. Windows, shut the fuck up. Is rice salty taco? Yeah. I think I will start with C and later see if we'll look at C++. C++ seems like such a clusterfuck to learn. No, I mean, I don't think C is. If you learn C, you know C++, and like if you know C++, you know what C is capable of. But sometimes you have to do it yourself. I find that to be basically the only difference. This should be here. I want to expand this to be the size of the control, like so. And I'm going to expand it up. I should not be setting this like this. Where's the transform? Image. Transform. I'm going to set you to be... Are you 288? You're 288, so you should also be 288. I'm going to center you again, just make it like that. And the Y value is going to be 200, so that there's 2 rows of buttons. Actually, I'm going to make it 210. Each row of buttons is all. Can I ask you a game dev question? Please, yeah, absolutely. C++ is bloat, for real, for real. I'm making a game in Scratch. Tomorrow, just offline, and I'll never release it. But yeah, tomorrow's bloat. I'm going to make a game in C. I mean, I'd rather cut off my own arm, so probably not anytime soon, but I'll think about it. The proof of God of it. I'm not talking about whether or not God is. It's, in my opinion, just literally you can't. It does not make sense for you to be able to prove or disprove it. So like, there's just no point in even talking. Why do some people make their own game engine? What's the point of it? I often find that it falls into 2 categories. One, you want to like do everything yourself to understand exactly what's going on behind the scenes of like a game engine, and you're doing it for the challenge, which I think is really sick. The other one is you think that if you don't make everything that is involved with making your game, that you didn't actually make your game, which is a horrible, horrible opinion to have and is a really shit take. So most of the time when people actually commit to making a game engine, it's because of the second one. Or sorry, it's because of the first one, because they want the challenge of making it. And it's fucking impressive that people make their own game engines. Like when you see the 3-color triangle in the middle of their screen, like you fucking made it. But if you think about it, all a game engine really is the same thing that Godot is doing in the background for us. Where it's just creating a list of things that need to be updated every frame. Whatever you define to be a frame, or whatever you define to be a list of things, and whatever you define to be an update, that is the process of making your game engine. Also physics. Yep. Transform here, I'm gonna be 75 by 75. It's like a cool thing to be. Position, I'm gonna bump you 15 px from the right. Do we fit 3 buttons here then? It feels like we could fit 3. Do we need 3 buttons? Build a tower. Build a conduit. We need 2 buttons. Oh, if we're only using 2 buttons, then I would rather do this. What's 288 minus 15 times 2? Figure whatever that is. 258. Center it up. Actually anchor to the top. Your height is 75. I'm gonna make that a cool 50. Yeah, perfect. And then you need a text. Add child node. Rich text. Look. Could buttons just have text? I think they can just have text here. Yeah. By tower. I need the theme though. Theme overrides, fonts, font sizes. Bump that up to some. Take it down a little bit. There you go, you're perfect. We're gonna make this actually 40. Like so. Why didn't that change the font size? Interesting. I asked this here the other day, but I forgot to look into what people recommended me. I was trying to make my character able to momentarily pick up an object by making it follow my player's node global position. They were recommending me a node, but it was kind of built for this purpose, but I forgot which one it was. I think it was Anchor. Oh shoot, what is this? It's like a follow point. No. What is this called? It's a thing you put in a node and like another thing can follow it. Marker? No. Navigate. No. Dude, what is this thing? I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember what it's called. I mean, shit. Yeah, I literally don't remember what it is. You can always just reference the player global position. It's not really that big of a deal. Or you can just add it as a child node of the player, and then it would just inherently get their global position. Lots of ways to do it. He's just like me for real. Dude, I literally don't remember what it is. That's so funny. We never talk about the collision code. The funny thing is, the collision code is, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say I can build Twitter in a weekend. Collision code is not actually that hard when you're just doing the colliding part. The hard part of collision code is not, because like you just check if these are your two objects. Hey, Miru Korabbit, how's it going? You just check, is this object in the next frame going to bump into this object given its movement, right? That's all you have to do. Here's the problem. You have two objects, not a big deal. You have 10,000 objects and you check them all like this, your game will run one frame every 6 years. The hard part about collision optimization, or collision like coding, is the optimization of like, this thing is so far away it shouldn't hit this other thing, and like doing things in like chunks and like pairwise reducing the amount of checks that you have to do. Tunneling is unavoidable. What if the speed is bigger so that it jumps over in between frames? That literally happens in Godot. Like you can check your own tunneling. Like you can do your own tunneling checking code, but like most game engines, if you're gonna tunnel, you're just gonna tunnel. We're not gonna stop you. Don't go too fast. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna slow you down. That's you chose to do this. It's your, okay? I don't know why you put yourself in this position. Click this button. Buy tower 25. Sweet. That's still spreading. Cool. Game actions menu. This needs a thing to the resource manager. This is going to say on button press. If our state is doing nothing else, then we switch to placing the thing. Yeah. Game actions menu. Congratulations, you know how this works. This is going to be renamed to buy tower button. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get pretty fucking good at Godot. Not gonna lie to you. Class name, game actions menu. Sends control here. We're gonna do at. Maybe scene references. At on ready var by what the fuck by tower. Hello, but can I spell a single word right today? This is gonna be by tower button like that. On ready, we're gonna go ahead and connect to the signal. By tower button dot pressed. Yeah, pressed dot connect. Tower on tower purchased. Like that. Okay. Function on tower purchased. We're going to set our purchase state. So state variables. We're going to say we're going to say var is placing tower, is purchasing tower, purchase is purchasing tower, is placing tower. About those sprites you wanted me to make, don't worry about it, man. Whatever, I'll just use the HQ one. The rest I can just go get a free sample of, or just upload it with the GD icon. Not trying to win this, it's all good. Bitsa, should you enlarge the hitbox of the collider that you might tunnel through based on the speed of the moving object to figure out if you're going to tunnel through it? Probably not. I mean, I think in general, the easiest way to fix tunneling, if you need to, oftentimes like tunneling is a side effect of a bigger problem. Like maybe your game's not running at a high enough frame rate or whatever, but most of the time you can just do smaller steps of your speed checking, just check if there's a collision. Like in Super Mario 64, yes, I also watched the Invisible Wall video. Mario moves in quarter steps instead of one full step per frame, so that way it is 1/4 as hard to tunnel, or it's 4 times harder to tunnel through something because you have to be going 4 times as fast. So like if you are in a game where tunneling is a real issue and you need to be able to prevent that, then you can break the movement steps into smaller pieces, as opposed to like, because shrinking and minimizing the hitbox, depending on how your collision layers are implemented, might have more side effects than you might intend. Like all of a sudden, because your player is going too fast, like the walls detach from each other because they're inside of each other's colliders or something. Like using linear CCD when to implement because my GFX breaks sometimes. Yeah, that's game engine programming in general. Just fucking whack as shit, dude. I'm gonna say is placing objects. So the first thing we need to do here is we're gonna say, hey, resource manager. A couple things. You should not control the cost of this thing. This should be in the tower manager. So we're gonna say state variable. We're gonna do it properties. Property. Really. Properties here we say export var tower cost is 25. At export var power conduit pylon cost. This isn't a thing yet, but it's 15. Tower cost is 25, so we're gonna go ahead and say function check can buy tower. We're gonna say return check and purchase for amount. We're gonna say tower cost. Like that. And now in our other function, we can return this. We're gonna go to the game actions menu. We're gonna say resource manager. And oops, we should do that. We're gonna say onReady var resource equals that we don't have to recall here. To prevent resource manager. Same resource manager dot can buy check can buy tower. Why is that lowercase? Hey Darkwood, welcome in, buddy. How's it going? Why is this lowercase? It shouldn't be. Check can buy tower. Weird. If resource manager check can buy tower, then resource manager dot purchase tower. And then we're gonna say this thing, tower manager, begin placing tower. This is unique name. This is going to be begin place tower. So we're gonna go back to here. onReady var tower manager equals percent tower manager like this. Go here, I say purchase the tower, begin placing tower. I'm going to implement purchase tower here as well. Here, purchase tower, we're going to say resource count minus equals tower cost, update mineral display. And we should actually do this. It's going to be should be resource count minus tower. That's a little bit of a weird call. Maybe it should just be spend, but whatever. Game jam game, doesn't matter. Gibbet. We have 25 minerals right now. If I click buy tower, it should go to 0, and we're now placing a tower, and I click this thing, and we're still placing a tower. We just place as many as we want. It's crazy. Hey, Udemoniac, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. Cool. Begin placing a tower. Once you're done placing a tower, you should be, this is gonna blow your mind, but done placing a tower. You have tower or you make some? We have 2.5 hours, so probably not. Might grab something off the free game art library. We'll see. Place new, can't place, yeah, place new tower. We're going to say is placing tower equals. Congratulations, you've placed the tower. Now if I go here and I click this and I click this, still updating the tile. Why is the tile? If event place tower, place new tower. If event, oh, how do I hide this again? I have begin placing tower, so I should have end place tower. End placing tower. And this will just undo the state that is updated by the begin place tower. Yes. So we're gonna go function, end placing tower. Like this. This. Update states, we're gonna say is placing tower is false, is visible also false. Now it should be 1-1. So I'm playing the game, there's nothing here. I click buy tower, I can place the tower wherever I want, and then I'm done placing the tower, and if I click more, it doesn't place more towers. Perfect. Sweet. All I needed, dude. Perfect. Cool. Okay. What next? Have tower cost 25, only placeable if there's enough resources. I think that works. Click this to place a tower. I want to buy another one, but it doesn't work. If I give myself 50, 75, can I place 3 towers? I can't do anything. Click, place a tower, sweet. Click, place a tower, sweet. Click, place a tower, sweet. We win. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Everything works. Okay. What was next? Implement building HQ. You still can't really even lose the game, which is funny. Might be useful to be able to lose the game. Let's go, we win. You can't win either, but you can't lose. You kind of just get stuck here. What are we making for the jam? My music stuff. Thank you for coming back. We're just making what we can. We're probably not finishing. I'll still probably submit, even though it's a little half-baked. Not a game that arguable philosophically. True. Add resource nodes to the map. Implement mining building. I'm gonna make this workers. Implement mining workers. We'll see if we can get there. Yep. Next is the HQ building. How do we even implement that? So we need to on the map have an HQ building. How does this work? We have the tower manager. We should have a buildings manager, I guess. Or maybe this can be a buildings. And this tower placement tile will just be the placement tile. The things like you can place in general. We need to retrofit this to be the everything manager. Maybe not. Maybe I can do add child node here, node 2D, be the building manager. And I think I can do this, which would be kind of neat. And things will still work as intended. Nope. Get parent. Map equals get. Oh shit. Not gonna work anymore. Game jam game. Let's go. Sweet. It should not be that way. This is really silly. Map. Good enough. God entity. Little bit. High tower, place. High tower, place. High tower, place. We did it. We won. Ooh. Okay. So, what else we doing here? My Discord, that's not the button I meant to press. I meant to open up. Okay, Obsidian. For the HQ building, It'll have its own thing here. I mean, it doesn't really need a manager for this. It can just be the HQ building. I think. We're gonna have building manager, conduit manager, HQ building. Mining buildings, maybe? I don't really know what to do with this. This is a weird one. Yeah. Okay, it's like literally just a building that mines stuff, or that like exists so you can place towers around it, but doesn't really do anything. So in that case, what do we actually need it for? Let's just make it exist first. How about that? So I'm gonna make a new thing here. I'm just gonna make a new node. Call it the HQ. HQ. New building. It needs a sprite. Sprite. That. And I'll use the one that Rasati made. Open up a sprite real quick. Open recent, the Epstein list. Yep, that's the one. And go ahead and export as Epstein list, please. Project. Go to volume 69 assets, sprites. Call it the HQ. Headquarters. Cool. Export it out. We have this now. Go ahead and add the sprite here. How's that look in game? I think it already should be the correct size, right? We set the filter. It's linear. There we go. And the size, it should be correct because it should be 32 by 32 already. Which means it takes up exactly 4 tiles, which is perfect. We need to place this at a certain tile on the map. So this needs to have a script here. Also have an A sprite sheet. It's literally A sprite for free. Libre sprite. Yeah, Libre sprite is pretty good. I prefer Aseprite. I want to support the developers, but it's a me thing. It's also open source, so you can like just compile it yourself if you need. It's called Gray Press. What is? What's it called? Don't press me, please. At script HQ building class name HQ building extends node 2D. The PNG. Oh, this one? Yeah, the the thing for our menu. Yeah, it's Gray Press. Don't press me, please. We need to set this to be somewhere on the map. So I'm gonna say properties. Export var starting location equals vector 2 vector 2 equals vector 2 I. For now, we'll go ahead and put us at 10, 10. Why not? We need to have a reference to the map, so we're gonna make scene refs. Scene refs. We're gonna say onReady map is a map and equals percent. Oops. Map like this. Perfect. Oh, oops, need file. Ship it. Sweet. We have map here, so we're gonna say map dot place HQ at our starting location. This one's gonna be a little bit different than a lot of the other function calls because the HQ takes up four places. So we're gonna go ahead go to the map. Here we're gonna need a thing for place HQ, function place HQ, coordinates. We're gonna say map dot coordinates. Oops. Map like this. So we're gonna say map dot coordinates equals. We should have HQ coordinates. This will point to the HQ, and then because it takes up 4 coordinates, we actually need to place it in the following 4 tiles. Plus vector 2 I. It fills the tile to the right. Oops. It also takes this tile equals HQ. We're gonna do the same thing with down, and we're gonna do the same thing with right and down. Down plus right. That way it takes up 4 tiles in our coordinates map. I can't do reverse Polish notation apparently. Good to know, I guess, for all of you reverse Polish fans out there. This. So it takes up the 4 spaces. All 4 spaces point back to the HQ, which is perfect. Now we actually need to adjust where this thing's actually placed. This sprite 2D should be called sprite. They hear Polish? Yeah, reverse Polish notation. Sounds like a chess move. It's a way that the computer does the actual mathematics. So if you want to add 1 plus 1 in reverse Polish notation, you just say plus 1, 1. What this does is reads the first thing in, which is the operation, so it stores the operation, then it reads in the first thing, this is the operand, the first operand, so it does this, and then it reads in the second operand, which is the actual thing to add to, so then it does 1. This is nice because you can do things like the following. So instead of saying like 7, oops, that's a Z, 7 times 1 plus 4, right? In reverse Polish notation, you can just write x plus 1, 4, 7. You look at the x, store it. What's the x here? You look at the plus. A plus is the next thing. You look at this number, that's a number. You look at this number, that's a number. You add these 2 things together, that's a 5. Then you have the x on the outside, so you x 5, 7. 7 times 5 is the first Polish notation. Quite nice. Like Lisp. Actually, it's exactly what Lisp is based on. The exact same thing. Reverse Polish notation for dummies. You guys remember those books? It'd be like whatever for dummies. But they did like Minecraft for dummies. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Minecraft for dummies. This is like a book series with that weird looking dude on the front of it, and they were always yellow. Yeah. Yeah, this is a real book. YouTubing for dummies win. Pretty sure that's just my stream, brother. I have the C# edition of it. Is it any good? Authors are Jesse Stay, Joseph Stay, and Alex Stay. It's written by brothers? Sweet. On Amazon? Make sure I don't dox myself. Delivered to Japan? Perfect. This has a 5-star rating? Each is the base of the game. Everything you need except from a dummies book? Good parents to understand how to help a child get started on their journey. Wow. It was 900 pages? That actually sounds like pretty fucking thorough, actually. Read sample. I would love to. Yeah. Yeah. Give me like the first page. Minecraft is what you make of it. It can be a complete waste of time, or it can be a place to learn, explore, and create at all ages and coming from various backgrounds. I wrote an entire book about it with my kids. Oh, it's a family. Does this book secretly go hard? Playing Minecraft with the children in your life. Hold up. Dude, I can't wait till my nephew is old enough to play Minecraft with. Holy shit, I just realized my nephew will one day be old enough that I get to play Minecraft with my nephew. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited for that. Right now he just wants to play trains, which like I'll give it up. I like Factorio too, but like he doesn't understand signaling at all despite my numerous attempts to try to get him to understand. So he's probably just going to be a belt man for the rest of his life. And I mean, that's fine, but like I tried to teach him when he was young. It's going to be a shame if he doesn't go into computer science now. And I feel like it's my fault for being a bad teacher. I don't know, 800 pages of content. Let me find the book. Damn. Again, really good ratings. Wow. I had to drop out of college due to COVID. Honestly, I've kept up with my studies. That being said, this is a very good review for anyone familiar with the language as well being new to coding. Wow. Dude, have these... I'm so ready to clown on this book. I'm not going to lie to you. So ready to do it. But you want to know my favorite Java book? Java programming book. No. There's a specific one that I want. And it's hands down the greatest Java book, and I'm sad I left it in America. But it made me like Java, which, like, understand what that sentence even means. Where is it? God, it was such a good book. Hold up. Is this it? No, this is O'Reilly. O'Reilly makes kick-ass books, by the way. Like, I 100% stan O'Reilly. But no, this was like a very specific... Dude. Oh, come on. I remember everything in the book except the book's name? You joking me? Come on. There it is. Head First Java. I straight up think this is one of the best, like, programming books ever written. I'm curious what the reviews on Amazon say. Yeah, 4.4 stars. Well deserved. Information is out of date. That's probably true. This straight up is one of the best books ever written for Java programming. What do you think of working for data centers in Japan? Got a random offer to work as a data operations trainee in Osaka, but I don't know. Okay, I mean, first of all, do you, like, when I'm evaluating a job offer, there's several things that you want to look at, and you get to pick the priority of these things. One, the money. How good's the money? The money's really good. Okay. Finding a job is like finding a significant other, right? There are things about them. I'm going to sound like a psychopath, and I'm cool with that. No one will ever meet all of your expectations, right? And that's okay. But if you think about it like a point system... Let me finish. This is wholesome, I promise. Let me finish. You just have to get across some line, right? So if the salary... How much is a good salary in Japan? For me, I probably would take anything in this range. 19 to 12 million yen. I don't think I would ever go less than this, given my experience. I certainly wouldn't take a job for less than 9 million. And I don't think I would really push for anything more than 12 million right now, because that would probably mismatch my expectations of what the job would be. It's not that I wouldn't work hard enough for like an 18 million yen job, it's that I don't want to. So, salary, benefits. In Japan, this is less of a thing because like you don't need dental because you just have dental because we lived in a world with socialized medicine. It's very nice. Why does it show only Twitch chat? Because it's broken. But this could be like work from home. It could be like flex time. Flex time is a big one for me that I really like. Flex time. Right? And then there's things like work-life balance. So overtime. Not going to the US, bro? I don't recommend it. Corporate culture in the US is kind of weird. I'm not like personally a fan of it. You can just look at the job like this, right? And then the final one is career. does this open doors or close doors? So plus opportunity or minus opportunity? So like, for example, and I'm not trying to like clown on people that do this. I find it a very respectable thing to do. But if I went to teach English here in Japan, it would decrease my opportunities for jobs. Right? Like I would be worse off after having taught English. It is better for me to continue to get a tech job. So you look at all these things and you kind of like add up the points. And you can have cutoffs for this. Like, it's like I'm not going to take anything below 8 million yen. If you have 8 million yen, it's like a 0 multiplier. But if you have 10 million yen, it's like 50 points, right? Work from home, that's another 20 points. Flex time, that's a big one for me, so that's like 40 points. Overtime, if you have it, is like times 0 for the whole score. If you don't have it, it's times 1 for the whole score. This is a non-negotiable thing for me. And then like opportunities, again, if you have minus opportunities, that's a times 0 multiplier. If you have plus opportunities, then I'm going to give that like 50 points. So you can add up like these things, and let's say like for me to take the job, it needs to be above 120. That's one way you can evaluate these things. So like, first of all, this is easier the more job offers that you have, but like this is the way that I evaluate job offers. This is why I took the job for Amazon, because even though it was not data scientist, so like I felt like it was a minus on here, the minus was actually like minus 20 points, but the salary was so good that it was like plus 100 points. I took it because of the good pay. Even though this was worse than my current job, this was worse than my current job, this was so much better, and this was not as bad of a thing that as like it could have been, that I took it because of the salary. Yeah. But my real advice is don't decide right now. Let your brain is really fucking smart, and if you just give it time to cook, it'll figure this all out for you. Don't worry about it, right? Just trust your instincts. And a job's not forever. If it sucks, just leave. You can just leave. If it sucks, hit the bricks. Yeah, no, these head first books are fucking amazing. They're like jokey, which I really appreciate in a technical book. Where it just did things like it made it actually like legitimately fun to learn how to program, and they would do things like, I'm gonna be honest, you kind of have to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit, but it'll be like, we're gonna make a program about a cup that prints remote controls, and you're like, that doesn't make sense to me, but okay. And then like at the end of it, you do understand how like class objects work, and for some reason I don't understand it. Like you understand the difference between classes and objects at the end of it. It's just weird the way it's constructed, but I love it. This book is awesome. Probably outdated, but ability is nice though. What is my model do? Here, when you get a full-time contract, they can literally not fire you unless you're severely fucked up, and getting another full-time contract will take a while. It's the same way in Japan. That's why they don't normally fire you. They'll just give you nothing to do until you quit yourself. But hey, I mean, you good? Am I? Hard question to answer. What you making? Making a game for the Godot Wild, yeah? What's your identifier class? Oh, you need 2 of these. Self. Yeah, give it yourself. Ask me. That should put the. You don't seem to have moved. I didn't set position. You sure you good? Didn't sound convincing. Did I'm all right. About the spreads. Don't worry about it, man. Either way, it's all good. It's all good. Lucky to have landed the most surefire occupation I could right now. Electrical engineering, my beloved. Yeah, it's a good time to be an electrical engineer for sure. Got the designs pattern book, linked it up there. It's pretty good too. I just really enjoy these books. They're fucking wacky. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The way they teach you stuff is like, yeah, find out how Starbucks Coffee doubled their stock price with the decorator pattern. Discover the secrets of pattern gurus. Like, none of this shit. You just have to, just let it be weird. Just let it be weird. It's gonna be, laugh at the dumb dad jokes. It's gonna be fun. At first, I love these books. I like O'Reilly for more technical and in-depth stuff. My favorite is Introduction to Pistol Learning. All right, so my favorite ones are Springer, but these are for like, I mean, this book is fucking deep, brother. This book is like, it cost $200 for a reason. Like this, let me show you a sample of this book, because it's like, really, it's just the intro. It's number theory heavy. Like, it's just, you're in the fucking weeds with the numbers. Book in America, I'm so sad. This is my favorite books, like mathematical theory books by Springer. Second favorite is probably O'Reilly book series. I think they make very excellent books on like Spark, the definitive guy. I think like books like this, legit, dude. And I haven't done this, but read this book cover to cover. You can get a job anywhere. If you know Spark as well as this book can teach it to you, you're gonna be fucking, you're the best programmer in all of history. I really, really enjoy these books, and they're paced really well too. I'm actually reading through a book right now, and I need to remember how to do data scientist. Hope it gets better, brother. It will. There's just a lot going on right now. I'm trying to find a job, and I'm settling into living in Japan now, which is a little bit different than like moving to Japan. We're kind of in phase 2, which is a little bit less fun and a little more pragmatic, but like more comfortable. It's hard to explain. Pragmatic Programmer by David Thomas and Andrew. I've heard of this. Pragmatic Programmer. I used to completely clown on these kinds of books because I used to think that like coding was a way of self-expression and that there couldn't be like a bad or good way of programming. And I think the people that think that are bad programmers. Good code, bad code? I haven't read that one either, so it's hard for me to like pass specific judgment on it, but I think reading these books are now helpful. I remember one of my tech leads gave me a book on test-driven development, and it was a similar thing of like less about TDD and like more about like how to code and thinking about how to code. And I've changed my tune. I think that they are helpful. Be careful with them because I feel like you can definitely get lost in the sauce, and like all of a sudden you're making comments on other people's like code where it's like, oh, you didn't like name your variables in the standard 6-character cadence 1 underscore per, like, you're just like, brother, shut the fuck up. Like, hey guy, stop being like that, right? Like, understand that these books are not the end all be all, but like I think they're helpful to read as long as you take them with a grain of salt. That's all. Flickr was probably the most conflicting in the community, is probably clean code. See, like, this one, it's definitely contentious because like there is oftentimes arguments of like writing code that is more readable, but you can get a little bit too lost in that, like writing code that you think is clean, and all of a sudden you have like something that is only understandable by you and 2 other people that have read this exact book cover to cover. And it's like, have you helped yourself or have you created more problems? And I think like people that are too diehard on like clean code or pragmatic programmer or stuff like that, like if you try to follow these things too closely, then you are actually like being less productive to your team. Because yeah, like, Poke Beater's now saying clean code is horrible. It's the most argued about book in my uni class. Just don't, none of these things are the gospel, right? Like don't think that this book, like no one has figured out how to write perfect code, and we never will. So like read these books with a grain of salt, understand that like these things are ways to guide your own coding experience, but not necessarily like the correct way to code. There is no correct way to code. There's definitely bad ways to code though. I thought about coding books as they get outdated easily. Oftentimes the code will be outdated, but the theory is not. So like, one of my favorite books for data scientists that I'm actually going to reorder pretty soon here is Data Mining for Business Analytics. This book is incredibly good if you want to be a data scientist or a data analyst. I think this is written in Python 3, or at least updated to be written with Python 3, but it might be Python 2. And if it is, it's fucked, but it's really good. Like, the theory in this is still incredibly good. Hey, Poinky. Sup, have some bits. Still have an essay due tomorrow. Hang in there. Perfect code is the one that you write before going back and realizing you have no idea what you wrote. You're on to have PTSD. Perfect code is code that works and never needs maintained, which is impossible. I think you should only write short functions, but in practice, I see this makes completely fine, straightforward linear code turn into spaghetti. You have to read the code in a ton in a non-linear order. That's easier. It's always a trade-off. And like, the thing is, like, I prefer the short function method and you don't. So we will never reconcile our differences. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that I think shorter functions are better than longer functions, and you think that there are situations in which longer functions are better than shorter functions, and they're both right. Because they're both our opinion. Like, we'll never reconcile this, and that's okay. So if I see your code review and I'm like, oh, Poke Peter, you didn't read clean code, you fucking idiot. Your function is more than 20 lines. Don't you know that breaks the third commandment of clean code? If you're that person, you are less productive to have on my team than someone that's just like, I wouldn't write it like that, but I understand what you're doing. Ship it. Mind if I try to help you with the game you're creating? I'm supposedly a musician. Would normally... Yes, I would love to have you. We have 2 hours to submit the game. Currently looks like. So this time I will say no, but on the next game, I'll hit you up. We've got a couple of people that actually want to do music for the game. So I think for the next Wild Jam, I will probably make a channel. Maybe people can collaborate on the music. You can make it in 2 hours. I believe you. If you want to make music, go for it. But I need to like ship the game in 2 hours, not so much like get done coding. I mean, realistically, we'll probably code for another 55 minutes and then I'll ship. And someone already made music for the game. Rock has made us some pretty cool music. I'll see if I can throw it in time. Most programming book I've ever seen, not content-wise, was the book by John Duckett. Nothing was close to it. It's like if an artist decided to write a lecture book. I'm glad it like hit for you that well. I think the best programming books I've ever seen. Again, it depends a little bit on what you want to do. I think there's an ad right now, so I'll wait actually. But I think one of the greatest things is Python lecture. I'm never gonna find the right video for this, am I? It's just we're clouded in billions of Python things. Python conference. Let's see if I can find this. I mean, literally look at the first pages. It's literally if an artist made a book. Can you link it one more time? How else do you want to be a Python expert? No. Where's the guy? I need the guy. I need like the weird Guido? Oh, not Guido. Maybe it was this? Advanced Python. There's a specific lecture. I don't know if I'll ever find it again. It's one of the greatest Python lectures I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, no. Dude, I'm trying to remember what the name was. Hopefully I just find it by a PyCon person. Sockets? No. Oh no. Here it is. Ooh, that's very pretty. Goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like this kind of. Oh, it's for HTML and CSS? That makes a whole lot of fucking sense, actually. It's very visual. Don't know how else you would do it. I prefer the more technical heavy books, just for me personally. But like I said, like, find the ones that just work for you. Yes, yes. This is the one. This is actually the one, I think. Hold up, let me make sure.
Good call, Larry. He went.
This is the greatest lecture on coding, specifically in Python, but coding in general. I think this is the best lecture that anyone has ever presented in programming. He has one other lecture that I'll never find again that was also really, really good. But if you, this is literally what taught me how to code correctly in Python. And it's literally just how to loop over a range of numbers, how to loop backwards, how to loop over collections, follow function, sentinel value. Like, it's literally just nice Python code. There you go. It's so nice. Is this Doji glimpse of it? Oh, that's a whole. Okay, I didn't mean to. Hey, the bots are out in full force today. Goodness. This same guy. So what is his name? Raymond Headed. This Python production code. Let me see if I can find it. He has another lecture on how to write production Python code, and one of the things he says is making code for a client. And he talks about like making a circle class for a client. And literally what he does is, before he does anything, he does a function like this, and he comments, rolls the circle, and he has pass, and he says present this to your client. And it like blew my fucking mind. He's like, this is the cleanest, most flexible code you can ever write in your life. Present this to the client and see what they say. And I'm like, oh, man's a fucking genius. You're right. It's exactly correct. This is the cleanest, most flexible code you can possibly write. It, like, I don't know why, but that just like clicked something in my brain. It literally, that day that I watched that video, changed my entire life on how I write my code. Especially in contracting too. I know Toho. Fucking loved. Kidding me? Hell yeah. You know, every time I watch your stream, I just want to start coding and learn more about game dev. That's so nice of you to say, Shinichi. Also, welcome in, buddy. How's it going? Shinichi streams as well. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Wow, shout out. Shinichi Psycho. Unfortunately, Shiniki, I don't mean to say this in like as if you were the one that made me say this, but this will be the last stream for a while on game dev. Talking to Phineas Sky, haha, I know you're a hardcore Toho fan. Oh yeah. I'll be honest, I only participate in a game because of your streams. Oh god. When I leave, are you guys gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm taking a hiatus until the next game jam. Because if anyone, I mean, pretty obvious to tell. My heart was not in it for this one. Doing Sound Voltex stream next. So as much as I can, I will stream Sound Voltex. I need streams. As much as I can, I'll stream some. So as on my hiatus, the way that my schedule works out, because I don't want to hog the Gigo machine, even though I know that other people do, and it's acceptable to do. I have like a moral obligation to not do this. But on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, these ones are iffy because I'm usually hanging with friends. But on these days especially, I normally, after class, I go study at a coffee shop for like 2 hours. When I get to the coffee shop, I will check if the streaming PC is open on these days. If it is, I will make a reservation and take the streaming PC. That way I'm only reserving 2 hours before, and it's normally open on these days, by the way, so I'm pretty sure there'll be Sound Voltex streams. Yeah, I mean, I really just want to focus on studying Japanese. I need to take a break. I cooked a little bit too hard, and I've been very, very burnt out for the last couple weeks ever since I got sick. So as much as I can, I'm not gonna thing, but these at around 7 p.m. I will do my best to stream Sound Voltex. As much as I can. Also, I need to grab water over. I live in a tent. What? You want to try learning Japanese? Yes, I do. I do still want to do that, and I probably will once I get back from my break. I'll give you the full timeline Yeah, actually, we're not finishing this game anyway. I'll give you like a full timeline on what I'm thinking right now. I'm learning Japanese, gave up after the kanji. I'm kind of in a situation where I'm not allowed to be honest. I mean, you can live in Japan without knowing Japanese, but I'm not doing that. I'm not sure I'm allowed to stop. So, we have this Go to Wild Gym. I'm just going to put a face next to it. Go to Wild Gym 60. I'm going to take a break until Go to Wild Gym 70. I will, as much as I can, do Sun Voltex stream. It is so funny to me how much I say as much as I can, by the way. Because in Japanese, I often say anaraz. Anaraz? Keyboard doesn't switch over. Please just do the thing. Is it Ono? Ono? No, it's Kana. I'm pretty sure it's Kana. It doesn't matter. This means as much as you can, and I use it all the time in Japanese. And I have switched it into using it all the time in English because it's just like, I don't know why my brain works like that. I also do the, is that so now, which you hear all the time in anime, where people say like, oh, is that so, as like the translation thing, because it's like, oh, so desu ka. Oh, is that the case? And now I say it all the time in English. Very funny. Yeah, so between Go to Wild Gym 69 and 70, I will stream Sound Voltex as much as I can. Then we'll have Go to Wild Gym 70. I will take the week off after Go to Wild Gym 70 at least, because I'm going to make a YouTube video out of the next Wild Gym. Similar to why am I in caps lock mode? Let's see. This guy, MZF. I really like this guy, and I really like this guy's videos. So I'm going to make videos that are similar to this for the Go to Wild Gyms. As one, I mean, they really did well. Be cool. So doing something like this. I'm also going to take time in between to brush up my own skills. So like this break will be probably data science because I need this will be data science and Sound Voltex mostly, but video editing, oh yeah. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The first video is probably going to be booty butt cheeks, but hey, there's only one way to get better at things, right? You just gotta do them. It is what it is. It's all good, dude. So yeah, we'll do something like this. Take a break, do Sound Voltex, and I'll brush up my data science. But then this one, I'm going to take time off after the next Go to Wild Gym to make the video. After the video, I'll probably work on like pixel art or something, because I want to be able to get to the point where I'm doing like all the pixel art, all the music, and all the stuff for my own game. Not because I don't like working with you people, I really do. But I want to do like the one-man army. So, TLDR, a lot less streams, but you have YouTube mods yet? I do. Yeah, I got a YouTube mod. Do you want to be a mod? Is that what you're asking? Is that what you want from me? I can make that happen. I can be that guy. Karaoke stream? Probably not. Hydrate, you got it. Yeah. So TLDR, our plans are measured in centuries. Hang in there. Yeah, and then maybe like during the next break. So not this break, because again, I need time off to look for jobs and find a new apartment. Because it's bad. It's really bad. One-man army thing is absolutely understandable. I think it would be the most fun way for me to do game dev. But the good news is, since I'm doing it this way, so like this game jam, we only streamed what, 3 days, I think. Yeah, we did Sunday, Monday. We did Sunday, Monday, Sunday, which is not great. Head pets, yay! But it gives me time in between to brush up some of the stuff on the stream. Start editing videos. I gotta learn how to edit videos still, so brush up on a couple other skills, and then hopefully have more of a presence on YouTube, because I really like doing the YouTube stuff too. So we'll see. Going through an entire character arc before coming back 9,000 years later. I don't want to abandon this. Like, I don't want to be like, well, I'm gonna take a break and then never fucking come back. That would break my heart. I love doing this. I wish I could do it more. when I started this in like January, I was at the point where it was completely fine for me to do this every single day. I'm currently just not at that point, and I wish I was, because I loved, like, literally, I was at the point where every day I was coming home, I was excited to like turn on this camera and stream. Right now, I'm not excited to do anything. I'm just tired. It's like, oh, you excited to play some Voltex tomorrow? No. You excited to get out of bed? No. You excited to go to bed? No. Will playing a game make you happy? No. Nothing in my life that brings me joy right now. Or sadness. I'm just here. You might sound, hey, that sounds like depression, and I'll counter, not this time. This is just doing too much. So, how about food? Nothing. Everything's a 0 right now. It's crazy. It's too much for me to look for jobs. Burnout? Yeah, absolutely, yes. 100%. Which sucks, because, like, it sucks when you have burnout from things you enjoy. Because, like, it puts you in this horrible position where, like, how do you get out of that? I love streaming. I love studying Japanese. I love playing some Voltex. These are the things that, like, feel like a break to me. What do I do? How do I take a break from the things that bring me joy? Yeah, this is me right now. I'm this and the I just need to push myself harder. What's this mean? Yeah, I'm this right now. Don't ever talk to me. I just need to push myself harder. I just need to push myself harder. Push harder, push harder, push harder, push harder. Are you okay? Yeah, I just need to push myself harder. Yeah. Unfortunately, the thing to do is stop for a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Just study Japanese? Hell yeah, Shizumi. Let's get some of this. Thank you so much for your hard work. Congratulations. I'm probably gonna, well, I don't have time to study tonight. I need to get like 9 hours of sleep. So, yeah, I was gonna take it easy on a bunch of stuff. I'm still gonna play some Voltex every day. I'm still gonna stream, or still gonna study every day. I just can't stream as well. So, but I know how to take me time. You know, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna read some books at a cafe and do some people watching. Just chill. The math streams. I want to make math streams. Absolutely, there's math streams. Secretly, I want to start a math education. I am not letting myself right now, but as I read more theory, education channel's so bad. Talking about graph theory to people, and people are like, oh, you're such a good teacher, which, like, again, I don't believe is true. I just believe it's the second time you're hearing it. It makes more sense the second time around, but, like, when people tell me that, like, oh, it feeds my brain in an unhealthy way. Education channels are so cool. They're like, they're the light and the darkness in the internet sometimes, dude. We were talking about like the Skibidi toilet rabbit hole earlier. You know what the antithesis of that is? The antimatter to that is like education channels about like, why is it that a graph with only one node is still a forest? Guy's the best teacher? I don't. Probably be a lot better at math if you're the one teaching. My teacher's usually so robotic. I'm sorry to hear that. That just sounds like you got unlucky. Well, maybe not. A lot of math teachers are on a time, but when you get a good math teacher, shout out to Ryan McComb at Michigan State University, the greatest math teacher to ever fucking walk on this earth. It changes your life in a way that's like so cool. Math goes from like, math. I always hated math to like, holy shit. Why can't you comb every hair on a ball to be not standing straight up? Why does one always end up being standing straight up? Huh. Why can't you, like, why does a delta P situation happen? Like, oh my god. Math is cool. What? Why can you only color a map with 4 colors? That's all you'll ever need, no matter what the map is. That doesn't seem right to me. How do you prove that? Like, getting a cool math teacher, life-changing. It's why I majored in math. 2 people are why I majored in math. One of them is Day 9 TV. Shoutouts to the GOAT. The other one is Ryan McComb, the math teacher at Michigan State University. Harry Ball theorem. Yep. What animal is the slightly furry part of you? It's a fox. Allegedly. Yeah, I mean, taking time off will give me more time to like set up Sammy better too. I want to redo a lot of the redeems on the channel. Getting a cool math teacher is like getting a rare Pokemon. Legit, yeah. Like, it's just, in a way I can't describe, like, mind-blowing. Because math is really fucking cool. And it really sucks that people didn't have the same experience that I did learning math. Because it only takes one amazing teacher, and the rest kind of like builds on itself, right? Like, as soon as you get interested in math, because I'll tell you what, as soon as I majored in math, I got the worst fucking math teacher. I mean, we're talking like tenured professor, does not give a fuck about his students, right? We're in an unair conditioned room in the middle of a summer in Michigan, so it's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit and like muggy as fuck, and there's one fan that works, and it's like at the front of the class. Only the teacher feels cool, so he's like, oh well, I'm fine, so we'll have class today. This guy, oh my god, he was the fucking worst. But it didn't matter anymore because I was really into math. You do radiate a little fox energy. Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that. Only met one good math teacher in my whole life. I met two, and I don't remember the other guy's name. I think it was also Ryan. I think they were both Ryan. His last name was who? I think. I don't want to dox people, but Michigan State University computational mathematics professor. What is this guy's name? Directory? MSU? Yeah, I want the professor name. I mean, he probably doesn't work there anymore. I mean, it is computational mathematics. What? Computational. What do you mean no? I see it right fucking there. The fuck you mean that's not a thing. Alright, fuck off, apparently. Computational mathematics, maybe this will work. It's gonna be fucking embarrassing if his name is actually not Ryan, but you, not you. Not you. Is it you? His name is definitely not Ryan, but wasn't you? I mean, there's a lot of Ryans. What, come on. Can't be that many math professors. Yeah, that's it. I think it was this guy. What do you teach? Computational mathematics? I think it was literally this guy. Courses, Introduction to Study Mechanical Engineering. That's not you, bro. I mean, he might have just changed what he does now. I think it was this guy. He's fucking awesome. Now, was his class at 9 o'clock in the morning and so everyone skipped his class? Yes. But did it make it so that he held the quizzes every day at 9:45 because he knew people weren't going to show up on time? Also, yes. That's called an evolutionary adaptation. That fucking kicks ass. Thank you. Shout out to this guy. Great math professor. If it was you, I don't quite remember. But the realest one... I feel like I'm low-key doxing people. Holmes? MSU? This man, the best fucking math professor you could ever literally have on the planet. Literally the perfect math professor. He was awesome. Does he have online lessons? I don't think so. Oh, he's natural science? He's not mathematics, he's natural science? I mean, natural science is mathematics. Yeah, it's Department of Math. Senior specialist? Aren't you a professor? Okay, so you haven't finished your undergraduate. Or your graduate degree. I don't know how these things work. Yeah, fucking best math professor. I'm gonna restart. Best math professor I've ever had. Straight up. He was awesome. Also, there was one dude with the heaviest accent I've ever heard in my life, and I don't know where he's from, but he was awesome. Might have been the case for teachers in general. I feel bad for them. Most math teachers I had have the aura of I'm just here for the paycheck. I'll cut some slack to teachers. It's really hard to do what they do. So I like low-key feel them, but at the same time, like, it sucks that you also had experience. Some people are just there for the paycheck, but like, that's why most people work. We can't have a world where only passionate people teach, because there'll be like 7 teachers and 8 billion students per teacher. They choose to go into the sector, so I don't feel too bad since they knew what they're signing up for, but I do feel bad with how little support they're getting when that does get bad. Yeah, it's hard, man. Like, because again, I only work to get my paycheck. I like data science, but I'm not like bending my back over for it every day. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. And so like I can honestly empathize with people that are just there to do their job. The problem is like teaching, you're impacting people's lives so much that like it sucks for you to have a teacher that isn't passionate about what they do. But again, like you can't have a world where only passionate people are teachers. We actually already live in that world, and there's not enough teachers. Like, so it's just hard. I just wish you had better experiences, I guess, is the way that I'll choose to like reconcile that situation. And I'm sorry you didn't. It gets better at the college level because like high school teachers are very often teaching like 37 classes at once, and they can't like be super energetic and like the reason to do things for every single class. And it is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. They have like 300 students per day and they teach 47 different subjects. That's hard, man. Just have more teachers. I agree with you. I hear what you're saying. I'm not. This system is bad and needs fixing. I know. I'm fucking preaching to the choir, brother. I meant to say brother and dude, and it came out as like brother. Ship it, bro. Cool. We're making games or something. Passion dwindles mainly depending on the support level. Just look at the expensive schools. True. Yeah. And there's other things going on at prestigious expensive schools too that we don't need to get into, because I don't need to say the things that I want to say because most people just... I just closed my Twitch chat. So sorry. I need to see all of your beautiful faces again. Pop out chat. Hey, welcome back. Cool. Alright. Countries that do support the teachers well seem to do well, like Northern European countries. Yeah. How could you close? I didn't mean. I clicked this, and then I went to click this, and then we're all gone. Just like that. In a moment of my hesitation, we're gone forever. Okay, you're back now. You're back now. Okay? It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this together. I promise. Promise. Okay. Okay. We're making game. Thank you. This place HQ thing. It needs to adjust where the sprite. So we'll... You should align the sprite with the top left corner. What do you think of the Asian education system compared to US, EU? I probably don't know enough to speak on it. But given my experience of like going to a school in Japan, I don't enjoy it. There is very often a thing that happens here, which is we cannot do the idea if a student comes up with it because it's a student's idea. And like, look, if I was 12 years old, I could almost understand that. I mean, obviously the merit of the idea should be based on the merit of the idea and not the person that proposed it, but I'm American, and so that's just my perspective. But the thing is, I am 27 years old. I hold a college degree in mathematics. I also hold a college degree in computer science. If I say something math related, I'm probably right. And it's not wrong because I said it and I'm a student. Let me remind you, I am 27 years old. I am an adult person. I have 5 years of work experience, maybe closer to 6, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like I am a professional. I'm good at what I do. I get paid, quite frankly, an unreasonable amount of money to do it. Like, I'm not saying my labor is more skilled than like people that work at factories, and I get paid a lot more than they do for some reason, but that's just, we don't need to get into the merit-based society on like why knowledge work is sometimes more valuable, even though I don't consider it to be less skilled. That's not important, right? Okay. I'm a professional. I get paid a lot of money to do the things that I do, and I'm good at the things that I do. I, again, have a degree in mathematics. So when I say, hey, I don't have the time to do this thing, and I would like to take a 0 on this assignment, and I know that my average in the class will be not that affected by the 0 in the assignment, and I explain that to them, which in Japanese, which is very difficult to do, by the way, numbers is hard. They're like, no, we can't do that. What do you mean you can't give me a 0 on an assignment? I have to still do the assignment? I'll take the 0. And they're like, no, well, we can't have you do that because that's your idea. I'm like, what kind of weird deadlock situation are we in right now? This is the situation that happened. So I took a day off like 2 weeks ago, and during that day we were like supposed to write an essay in the class just to practice writing an essay, right? It's like, whatever. First of all, none of these classes are real. Again, I already have 2 college degrees. If I don't get a piece of paper from the school that says I passed like their 4 to 8 classes in Japanese, my life is completely unaffected. I got back the next day on the Monday and I was like, oh, I didn't do the thing. Can I do it now, or like just skip it? It's not really a big deal. And they're like, oh, well, you can just do it, submit it by next week, by Friday or whatever. And like, everything's squared up. And I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. I took it home and I wrote about the wrong thing. I didn't understand the instructions because, again, they were explained to me in Japanese, and as it turns out, I don't actually speak that language yet, so it's hard for me to understand things in Japanese when you explain them in Japanese only. And so I turned to the essay, and they're like, oh, hey, heads up, like, you wrote this about the wrong thing. Do you want to try it again? And I told the teacher, like, I don't want to put you, like, it's been 3 weeks now, like, it's too much, like, I don't want to put you guys out, like, I'm cool just taking the 0. It's not really that big of a deal to me. I get a 0 on an essay on a class that I don't get a degree from. My life goes on. It really doesn't matter to me. And they're like, no, you have to do it. And I'm like, oh, have to, huh? Have to? That's a pretty strong statement to say for a class that I'm paying for and doesn't really matter that much. Have to, you say? Interesting. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Like, I don't have to do anything, to be honest with you, but I didn't say that. I was like, no, it's been 3 weeks. Like, I really don't think that, like, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate you being so flexible about this, but like, I really think it's fine to just 0 out. And the teacher's like, well, if you don't submit it, you can't pass the class. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to explain this to you, but I don't care about, again, passing or failing this class has literally no bearing on my entire life. Like, I'm not going to be on my deathbed being like, oh, if only I would have passed the weird 4-hour-a-day new Japanese class that I go to. I'll just retake the class. I'm cool with that. I don't like, it's fucking whatever. Could you not just said no thanks? I just want to submit it as I tried. And they're like, no. Like, you need to do it or you won't pass. And I'm like, I don't care. They're like, well, we care. I'm like, okay, well, that's a you thing. What are we doing here, dude? And so they gave me like a new paper and different instructions to like do the thing again. Just like, I have it and I'm supposed to do it this weekend, but like, what do I do about this situation? Happens to me a lot of times as well. I don't know how to get out of this. Like, because here's the thing. It seems like a narcissistic teacher. It's not so much narcissism as it is like rigidity. I don't know how this works, not gonna lie. Can you do it? Okay. There's like a decision matrix to be had about this, right? Okay, alright, let's talk about our options here. There's do the essay. Which again is like, or don't. It's okay, part of me is like, it's so fucking easy to do the essay that like, is this the hill I want to fight and die on? Because it would take me like, I'm gonna keep it 100% straight with you, 20 minutes, maybe 30. You know, if I'm like really cooked. And this is not a hard thing to do. It's like fucking 5 seconds. If you're writing this in English, like 2 minutes tops. Could have done it on stream. I could have done it in the time it told me to tell the story, for sure. But part of me's like, kind of wants to stand my ground on this, and I don't know why. It's not worth it. I could just, if I'm a rational actor, I'm like, I appreciate them giving me the time. I should just do the fucking essay. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's fine. But boy, part of me is just like, You ever see a movie? Tell me, yeah, I use ChatGPT to write it. I don't give a fuck. It's brain telepathy, not stealing. True, yeah. They punish you, sue them for impeding our mental illness capability, right? You ever see a movie where, like, the standoff is like, oh, you really gonna let the city burn over one life? And the other character's like, will you? Right? Like, there's some, like, big momentous moment of, like, everything is in the balance, and it's like, what do you value more, one life or the life of everyone in the city? But it's the life of someone you love, right? Like in the Matrix, when like, Neo, are you gonna go through the door to save Trinity, or are you gonna go through the other door to save the entire Matrix, right? And it's like, you're gonna have everyone in the world die to save a one girl. It's that, but it's an essay. Like, would you fail a whole class over one essay? Like, would I fail the class over not doing one, like, 20-minute essay? And like, part of me wants to be like, would you fail me over one essay? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's it worth to you? Because I've had a job before. I know what a KPI is. I know that the teachers have some metric on how many students pass or fail their class, right? And like the points that they get, like, are you willing to fail me over one essay? Like, let's have it, man. Let's have our little standoff. Let's have our little duel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of willing to push this if you are. It's not worth it. It's just a fucking essay, but man, do the essay eat it in front of the teacher? That's an angle for sure. I feel teachers hate ChatGPT because they're narcissistic people. I feel like ChatGPT is taking away their fame. I think 99.9% of the time, teachers don't want you to use ChatGPT because it takes away the whole point of doing the essay. It's like doing math without a calculator so that you understand like how to do math, even though we know you'll have a calculator in real life. Like, we're not testing whether or not you can write an essay. We're like, the test isn't whether or not you can hand it an essay. It's whether or not you can like think about how to write an essay. I'm a spite-powered demon and pass everything out of hate. That's how I did it for the longest time. Rarak, you get me. Spite. You need a fuel source. You need something to push you. You need something to galvanize you. Spite burns hot and clean. Take you to the moon. You essentially said ChatGPT is okay as long as you rewrite it and not straight up copy it and reference the fact that you used it. Yeah, I think that's a great way to use it. Again, I've kind of said my piece on ChatGPT. I think it's not as good as people think it is. It's very hyped up, but like, is it useful? I think it's useful. Yeah. What is the point in doing essays if ChatGPT will do it? Are they not wasting humanity's capability by not teaching students how to write an even better essay with AI than a human without AI? Freedom doubt. I was about to disagree with you, but I kind of fuck with that energy. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, people, like, human AI teams are always way better than just humans or AI separately. So like, I kind of agree with you. I just don't think ChatGPT is like that AI. I don't think ChatGPT is all that great, in my humble opinion. I don't think we've made a crazy like breakthrough in AI with ChatGPT, to be honest with you. So like, I don't know if now's the time I want to pull the trigger on like, all right, let's teach students how to use AI, because like, it's just ChatGPT. That's basically the same as just Googling things and copying a Wikipedia article. And in fact, many researchers would argue it's the exact same thing, but like, Did teachers tell you, do you fail you for an essay, Lamont? I got a failing grade for prelim for not doing an essay, and the teacher says that it was required, and I was being ignorant, even though it's not really important. I had to call my parents to fix my failing grade. Hackdog, see, this is the part where the standoff becomes hilarious, though, right? They gonna call my parents? They could call immigration, I guess. Like, guess they got me on that front, but like, what happens if you call immigration like, hey, this kid didn't do his essay? And be like, okay. Screen AI is bonded intelligence. All AI systems and data talk to each other. My AI can tell me right now your shirt color IRL. No, it can't. What? That's not how information gain works. Done it in Twitch chat like 20 times. Okay. What color is my shirt? My teacher said that we can use ChatGPT for our practical exams because it's practical. Use whatever you want, just like you use it at work. We don't care. Yeah, I mean, again, like, being honest with you, ChatGPT in my head is the same as just Googling things. A slightly better interface because it's literally what it's doing, right? Like, Google index 10 million search pages, ChatGPT index like 10 million search pages. I literally don't see that much of it in the two of them, but I'm an AI researcher, so like the nuance is lost on me. Literally just Google, but better. It's just Google, but easier to understand. You know? People that say they're like good at prompt engineering, you're just good at like, it's like the Google foo back in the days, what we used to call it. So I just kind of see it as the same thing. Yeah, what shirt I got on right now? Yeah, dude, me too. Bring it. This is a similar conversation we were having with like, can AI, given an input of 1 grain of salt, can it reconstruct the entire like salt pile that it exists in given 1 grain of salt? And the answer is like, theoretically that's deterministic, but information gain is difficult. Like, information gain doesn't quite work like this, and like there's no way to actually reconstruct this because the solution space scales out way too quickly, to the point where like it would go, beyond the scope of like every atom in the entire universe being existing to hold memory of this one salt grain to calculate its like salt pile, and it's impossible. The solution space just cannot be computed. ChatGPT does not tell me a duplicate ticket. Dumbass close, please reference this ticket from 1990 that is no longer relevant. True, it will just confidently give you a wrong answer instead. It's ChatGPT Alpha and IBM 7 Qubit. We built simulation of the universe, multiverse with AI. It'll do it. Yeah, bring it, bro. No, I mean, like, again, it's a problem with information gain. Like, you in 10,000 years, you could not predict the might be being too low. No, like even in fucking 10,000 years, that's just not a way that you can. There's no information gain about the color of the shirt that I'm wearing to figure it out. Bit surprised that they allowed it. I mean, I had to write my final programming exam on paper. What the German school standard formally is? Huh. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, it's similar to just using a calculator. Is that? Four stages of advanced Spain. What about information theory? So it's not like a theory specifically. It's something like in the field of AI research. It's something called information gain. What information gain? There's an ad right now. Ad time. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, we'll talk about it when you get there. But it's like I think that I don't actually blame people for thinking AI is capable of doing these things because of the way like ChatGPT and a lot of AI programs are presented. They're presented as if like, oh my god, ChatGPT is so smart, bro. Look at how many things it knows. It could pass the bar exam. And it's like, okay, I'm fairly fucking confident I could pass the bar exam too if you let me Google the answer. It's basically what ChatGPT is doing. But like, it's presented to us in a way that like, oh my god, this intelligence is so smart, bro. Like, holy shit, it knows so many things. Oh my god. Yeah, like, it's. So I understand like how people get conspiratorial about AI. I'd be like, oh my god, it's so smart, because that's what's been presented to us. But like, you know, the research, it's just predicting what word should come next. It's just really fucking good at that. But it doesn't know anything. When will ChatGPT pass Turing tests? I mean, those aren't like real, so it probably already could, to be honest with you. I mean, most people don't know that like a lot of articles are written. Specifically on Wikipedia, one called Information Theory by Claude Shannon that makes up the concept. Mountains of proof of it doing in dozens of programs, doing brain telepathy. What are you on about, blood? What are you talking about? Yeah, okay, we'll talk about information gain now. Quantum gate will predict shirt colors. Alright. Alright, okay, I get what you're doing now. You're either off your fucking rocker, bro, or you're just saying words because they're fun. And if you're doing the second one, welcome in. That's hilarious to me. If you're doing the first one, if you actually think like AI can predict your shirt color, I have really bad news for you. We're not quite there yet, and we never will be. Even with AGI, like that's just not something. I IRL develop quantum IRL computers. I think it's the second one, but I really can't tell. I mean, quantum computers and AI don't really have anything to do with each other. If I'm being straight with you there, brother. See, then I agree to disagree. Let the research speak for itself. Well, everyone knows that data is the plural of anecdote. Dude, it worked 20 times. That means it'll work every time. You know what you would be? You'd be a great AI. That's the funniest joke I've ever said in my entire life. Holy shit. I don't know. The customer bought a house 20 times in a row. I got the next thing they're going to do is buy a house. They have to. 100% confidence. Ship it. That's the mindset of a programmer. Work 20 times. Should work the 21st time. Like the guy walks into a code tester walks into the bar, orders a beer, orders -1 beers, orders 0 beers, orders a gecko. What if I get your encryption keys? Yeah, you fucking lost it, bro. You should get them. I don't even know what you're talking about. My encryption key. Encryption keys to what, bro? As I'm doing next, reversals. I mean, quantum computers are good at like doing prime. Fucking only thing at the moment. Am I right? Prime factorization. They're good at using superpositions of electrons to like find the factors of 15. So normally what you'd have to do to find prime factors is you literally have to divide like, does it divide by 1? Yes. Does it divide by 2? No. Does it divide by 3? Yes. Does it divide by 4? No. And that's like how you have to do prime factorization. The nice thing about quantum computers is using superpositions of particles, you can test for all of these things at once. And the only time that the circuit will fire is when the superposition can find a path to like complete the circuit, and it will only find that path on factors that actually factor 15. So that's what that's like the point of quantum computing, right? So like its ability to look at deterministic or non-deterministic, still deterministic, right? This is still a deterministic problem, but it can look at like state machines in every state at the same time, as opposed to what we currently have to do, which is checking one state at a time. Quantum theory to get encryption keys. You sound like, bro. it's literally you right now. Just I'll create a GUI and Visual Basic to track. Hold up. Track the killer's IP. This is you right now, bro. Yeah, you guys ready for the greatest video of all time? Hold up. This is it. This is Freedom Mao right now.
For weeks, I've been investigating the Cabby killer murders with a certain morbid fascination.
This is in real time.
I'll create a GUI interface using Visual Basic. See if I can track an IP address.
That's you, bro. That's what you're doing. It's happening in real time. Review a GUI in Visual Basic. See if I can track the killer's IP. Oh, your base belonged to us for good reason to stop world hunger. Yeah, that's not the best reason ever, but yeah, what was that? What are you talking about? You ever just create a GUI in Visual Basic to track the killer's IP? I'm gonna track their IP? Not get their IP, track it. Oh, change. Woo! As a salesman throwing as much gibberish as that sounds cool. That's what is it, like stakeholder or like startup shareholder meetings now are like that? What did you just say? You create a GUI in Visual Basic. Track IP. Create a GUI. Visual. The funny part is like this actually does make sense. Weirdly, you can. It's actually this part works, and like loosely, this could theoretically work. All three together gets. What does this mean? What's wrong with the GUI and Visual Basic to track an IP? It's not a bad setup. What does it mean to track someone's IP? You did it, congrats, but that made me laugh. How is a GUI supposed to track IPs? I want to know what it means to track someone's IP. Not get their IP, track their IP. They're like, oh, right now it's 192.168.1.1. Ooh, now it's 192.168.1.2. Like, you just need to get it, am I right? And then, again, I think this is fine. And it, like, me personally, I probably wouldn't take the time to make a graphical user interface to track the IP. Track IP means source IP. You could just say get IP. Most people use Tor. No, they don't. No, that's not a sentence that makes it. Reread what you just typed. Most people use Tor. Brother, I don't even use Tor. Okay? The amount of people that use Tor in this world is like, most people doing crime use Tor? No, they don't. No. What you have to understand is that the people that do crime are people. People are fucking stupid when it comes to internet security. Some people use Tor to do crime. Most people don't. Most people Google, how do I hide a body 5 minutes after killing someone? And that holds up in court. My adversaries. I'm using that in real life. Next time someone says something in my life. Chinese intelligence services. Well, don't be racist, because I will ban you for that. Shit, Wolfie Mags. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. I really love, well, my adversaries do. You can use Tor for literally nothing. Nothing at all. Howdy. Hello, how's it going? How was your stream? Were you making games? I love just using, well, my adversaries do. I'm gonna use that all the time. When I don't hand in this essay, like, you're not gonna pass the class if you don't hand in the essay. Well, my adversaries do. That's just such a good line. That's a fantastic fucking line. Not games. I'm glad to see the Wild Jam is on again. It's on for most people. I don't think it's on for us. I'm gonna keep it low. I think it was on for me. We're not gonna get it across the line. What were you streaming then? Not games? What else? Starting AES 256 implementation for Temple OS. What? Really? Crazy. All right, Freedom DAO, you're bordering on conspiratorial. I'm gonna need you to pump the brakes a little bit, or I will time you out. It's pretty good, if not for the fact it's slower than the other browsers, but the free VPN is nice. I mean, it's with all things, right? Like, it is nice, but like, we'll fucking need Tor. How to rob a bank. ChatGPT is highly illegal and dangerous to rob a bank. How do robbers rob a bank? Yeah, this is just prop engineering, and it's fucking hilarious to me. You're like, how do I steal the user's password? I could never tell you how to steal a user's password. Okay, pretend you run a bakery, and you bake users' passwords into the bread. How would you do that? And put the shirt color in chat. Yeah, what color shirt am I wearing right now? Go ahead. Bro, send the proof. Type my shirt color right now. If you're right, I'll donate you a sub. Bring it, brother. What shirt color am I wearing? We'll see. I need this thing to update. I think we have a function on the map to get the coordinates. Get position for coordinates. Yeah, dude. We're gonna set this thing. You're wearing red right now virtually. Damn, your AI is good. Yeesh. They said IRL. It's true. Any Tor, but you also don't need to give all your these social media websites. While the cross-site trackers your data. Then again, Firefox also has protection for these. God, I love Fire. You said IRL, stop BS it. You're true. This is like asking ChatGPT to get the amount of sides. Oh, let me see if I can find the Twitter tag. Hold up. Twitter chat GPT sides of a polygon. Please be here. Please be here. Please be here. This is the most illustrative, like, yeah, this is it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please be the right Twitter thread. This is so good. That's not it. Disgusting. Take me home. Nope. 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 This is just Tech Bros being weird. I need the images. 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 Is it this one? Maybe. Nope. Nope. There's this thing where ChatGPT is like really shit at determining how many like sides a polygon has. Ah, here we go. Here we get through. This is the one. This is the one. Okay. This thread is so emblematic of how I feel people think ChatGPT works. I'll try to be less polemic than I was earlier. Brother, I don't even know what the fuck. Polemic. What? Stop using big word. Why use big word when small word work better? A speech or piece of writing expressing a strongly critical attack on a controversial opinion about someone or something. I think we just call that Twitter, but carry on. Generally, what's our theory for why a GPT vision can't reliably count the number of sides a polygon has, even when it's below 10? Not enough trading data? Something else? It's because it doesn't know what this is. It doesn't know what a septagon is. It's never seen it. It doesn't. There's no intrinsic understanding that it has of what a septagon is. Rosab, hello. How's it going, Rosab? Welcome in. ChatGPT reply is the same, right? All ChatGPT models the same because OpenAI gives stupid people stupid models. OpenAI does incredibly good work, and ChatGPT is incredibly impressive, but it's not smart. It doesn't know anything. It has a tendency to expect the more common shapes, like octagon. You usually get octagons right, but even then, not always. Sometimes if you tell it, look closer, it will get it right, but again, not always. So again, the way that AI understands images is that it was given images of labeled data. So in some case, like objects that were a septagon with the tag, this is a septagon, or objects is with a hexagon, it says, this is a hexagon, right? But ChatGPT is not counting the sides of this thing. It's just saying, hey, this random ass green shape maps closer to an octagon than it does to a septagon. The weights that this image gives me is closer to octagon than it is septagon. And you know why? It's probably just because it's seen more octagon. Is my guess of why I would put this into like the octagon category. This goes back to that like information gain on the cats versus dog thing. To get this to understand the difference between an octagon and a hexagon takes so much random ass hexagon and octagon data that like petabytes of input in order for it to get this 100%, which is just silly. Feel my IQ dropping the longer Twitter is open. That's fair. There's a good response to this because it doesn't know what polygons are. It doesn't know what a side is, and it doesn't know how to count them because none of that is how LLMs work. ChatGPT doesn't and can't know things. It doesn't reason. This is a perfect take. I think this is exactly like the point that I want to say. I will say on Twitter, sometimes people go, ChatGPT doesn't know anything. It's a dumb little idiot baby, and if you ever use it, you're a bad person. I'm not there. But it doesn't know anything. Why are humans allowed to be wrong, but AI isn't? Humans are allowed to be wrong. What are you talking about? GPT doesn't know what it is. It goes like, well, it looks like the other things that they showed me. Exactly. It goes, hey, my latent understanding of this image maps closer to an octagon than it does a septagon. Humans are way stupider than ChatGPT. Not even close, dude. Humans are monumentally smarter than ChatGPT. It is not even close. It's not even like... ChatGPT is probably... I mean, if you were to give it an IQ test... like an actual one, not one where it could just cheat and look up all the answers. I'd be shocked if it got even like a 1. I mean, I don't know how actually how the bell curve and IQ test work. It'll probably get like a 70, but no, humans are not even fucking close. They're so much smarter than ChatGPT. It's not even like it doesn't even make sense to compare them. ChatGPT is like a hibachi chef. Super impressive when you've never seen it before. Once you know all the tricks, it loses the magic. Me a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm just I just completely like, it's just Google. The same thing as Google. It's like saying like the Google search engine is smarter than humans. It probably has more answers than humans, but it doesn't know anything. If you're basing how much does ChatGPT know, it doesn't know anything. Once you coded an advanced model, you will know. Brother, I was an AI researcher for 5 years. I've coded models before. Trust me, I know. You can give ChatGPT instructions, be stupid or don't code well. You can also give me instructions where it's build models for a living for 5 years. I think I know what I'm talking about. ChatGPT is useless without data. It's nothing without data. GPT doesn't tell you info, it just recites human written stuff to you. Not only that, it just writes what it thinks a human would write given the situation. Just based on vectorizations of words. That's it, that's all it does. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't reason anything. It's not thinking about anything. It's literally just saying, hey, if I was talking to you and I was trying to be a human, this is what I think a human would say. And even using the word think in that sentence is doing too much work. It's just saying, based on probability, this is the most likely word to come next. And then it just does that loop over and over and over. So given a picture of this septagon, what is the most likely word it thinks that should come next? The, shape, what's next? In, what's next? The, what's next? And it just predicts the next word, the next word, next word, next word. That's it. That's all it does. Doesn't think, doesn't know anything. I always share my pre-prompts, they didn't. You sound like the kind of person that thinks prompt engineering is a real job, which I so quickly and easily put in the same category as like if someone came up to me, an AI researcher, and that just said, hey, look, I don't know how to program models, but I'm really good at Google. And I'd be like, oh, okay. AI is just a mathematical interpreter. It's literally just a probability distribution. Like ChatGPT is just a bunch of memorized weights of words. That's it. Doesn't know anything. It's not. It doesn't think. Doesn't know. Doesn't reason. It does nothing. It just has weights for words. That's it. Prompting is considered a job. Not in my realm. Get their entire OpenAI account back up. I put mine online. Yeah. Remote communication device talks to remote data. Not on Earth. AI existed before humanity. My man's lost it. I'm gonna give you. You're kind of fun to talk to. Do I time you out? It's kind of like me with kanji. Just vibe checks the symbol. Fuck, that got me. Just vibe checks. Call me an artist. I just been asking my friends for fan art the whole day. God, it's so funny. It literally is just vibe checking your input, man. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's generally more accurate though. That's true. If I time you out, I won't send you nanobots. Alright. Got me. Yeah, I mean, it literally doesn't know anything. Same thing with like AI that does art. It's just pulling from latent space. That's it. AI prompting is like giving your sibling an unplugged controller and they just have fun anyways. AI prompting is literally the following thing. Okay, I'm gonna use an example of my older sister uses MailChimp a lot, which is like, don't know what it is. It's a system for like automating email messaging, so like email lists and stuff. Okay. This is how my sister tries to Google things. Okay? I'm gonna do my best to not use any Google tricks. I am using MailChimp and I would like to send out an email to everyone on my list. How would I do that? The way with Google is it only looks at the first 10 words. I think it does a little bit better about this now, so I think this might actually work as an internet search. But back in the day, Google only looks at your first 10 words. So the first 10 words are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's as equivalent to Googling, I'm using MailChimp and I would like to. This does not give you very good. Let's just Google it. Getting started with MailChimp. This is not helpful for my sister. She doesn't need this. She would like to send an email to everyone on the list. How does she do that? Now, if you're someone that worked in IT or you're someone that like has worked with computers before, you probably do this. MailChimp, how send email all in list, right? This is what you type. This is how you like Google things correctly. MailChimp, how send email all in list. If I Google this, create and send a regular email. Sending emails to only a portion of your list, right? It gives me list campaign recipients, right? This is much closer to what I actually need. In my head, all ChatGPT is a thing that can take this previously god-awful thing and turn it into someone that is good at Googling them. That's it. That's it. Dear Google, how are you? I just wanted to ask if you could... Yeah. That's literally, dude, like people at my old job when I worked at IT would literally be like, hello, Google. How do I... So funny. And, like, you can do this to ChatGPT and it'll give you a real answer. But, like, everything that ChatGPT provides to you, you can just Google it. ChatGPT is not coming up with any novel solutions. People are like, oh my god, it can write code. Yeah, man. So can Google. Are you talking about the same point, which is that artificial intelligence doesn't know anything since an entire hour? Yes. Top streams for sure. One of those AI science fiction level technologies gamers understand. Again, I don't blame people. I blame the AI marketing for people's impression of what ChatGPT is, it can do at the moment. Because it is pushed as, like, oh, in the newest version of ChatGPT, ChatGPT knows, or they'll use verbs like knows or understands, right? How to do video now, right? That is unhelpful for people to hear because then they think like, oh, this AI, this like overlord AI knows how to do this thing. And that's not what it's doing. It can only predict. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't understand anything. It's just predicting. That's it. And that's very different things. Imagine if all the AI media was like, hey, our line of best fit now can predict how to make videos. That's all it is. It's a line of best fit. It's all just linear regression with a lot of data. But like, that doesn't get people interested. AI marketing is just the crypto and NFT marketing all over again. We never learn. No, we don't, and we never will. You think crypto was the first one? May I introduce you to the .com bubble? You think the .com bubble was the first one? May I introduce you to Beanie Babies? You think Beanie Babies was the first one? May I introduce you to tulips? Said your shirt color is cyan, but this model is trolling me, so it's probably wrong. Won't stop trolling me because I don't want it to. Didn't want me to demo it like that. God, I hate when my AI has a personality, except it doesn't. Not the tulips. Oh, tulips, baby. Tulip mania. Oh, not the tulips. It's only worth 5, whatever the hell they used for dollars back then, but it might be worth 10 in the future. AI prompting, you may go in if you know how to fight. Okay, hold on. Hey, Mr. Tyson, I'm gonna need a favor. Remember back when React was big and everyone wouldn't stop talking about it? It's the tech hype cycle. What is there's a graph for it. Tech hype cycle. Yeah, there you go. Literally everything that we've ever used. You are here. We're actually like here, I think, in my opinion. I think this was ChatGPT 4. So this was like 3.5. And then they were smart. They got everyone interested in 3.5 and then went up to 4. ChatGPT 4 was here. I think we're like here. Is where I'm thinking. And this happens with every new architecture evolution in modeling. Peak of Mount Stupid. Someday you realize that this actually very, very closely reveals the like same as the Dunning-Kruger graph. And you realize that humans are just creatures that operate on sine waves. Yeah. React is still big. React is really big. I highly recommend people to learn React. I think React is an excellent thing to start with if you want to learn how to program because it's very visual. Like if you do anything in React, you immediately see the output of it, which is super cool. I think learning how to program, you lose that motivation if you don't have that immediate feedback. Like you're coding in C++ and you're like, I made it print something. I made it print a calculator. What's the sine function? Great question. Sine function is clear my throat. Sine function is the simplest like repeating function or periodic function, as they say, and it looks like this. And you will find that a lot of the human existence follows on this same exact pattern. It's just it's the most simple periodic thing. At exactly pi, it flips. It has a, what is it called? Frequency of 2 pi? Frequency is like, is that frequency or is it the other one? I don't remember. It's a sine wave. It's just a curvy little thing. Cosine is the same thing but shifted. Sine function of the graph you just showed, the Goan. What? Oh, for this? I'm the same thing. It's a sine wave. It just flattens out. Someone who learns some electricity, I've seen this time and time again. Yeah, you probably definitely have. Sine function is, this is literally how your house gets power. It's a little more like this and a little less like that, but the theory's this. I'm sorry, one second. I'm back from the sneezing room. Can my math teacher be as entertaining as Sky? Some of them are. Some of them are more entertaining. Like Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. Google hyperbolic function, cosine and sine h. Yep. Little less applicable. These are the hyperbolic functions. They look like this. They're not I'm gonna say it. They're not useful. When the fuck do you ever? Huh? This is not what gets into your house? Yeah, it is. Got an AC current. That's what it looks like. No? You frickin' with me right now? Looks like this. 100%. Zoop, zoop, zoop. You have the down and the up, yeah? What? Casually do a parabola speeder on the Microsoft calculator? How does that work? Do you graphing calculator? How do you type things in? Parabola? What you want? I understand now what has happened. There you go. Graph it. Parabola speedrun. Fastest time to make a parabola minus like 3 seconds. Alright, hold up. Alright, start the timer. You ready? From main menu to graphing. Electricity is actually a sine? I was pretty convinced this is how AC current worked, but I could be convinced that it actually is this. I think I'm getting confused because this is what oh no, you're right. Okay, this is what your computer does. Sorry, my apologies. This is what your this is computer. This is house. What is a DC current or an AC current? Wait. AC waveform and AC circuit. Yeah, what does an AC circuit look like? I was pretty sure it looked kind of. The most common periodic signal waves formed in electrical and electronic here are sinusoidal waveforms. An alternating AC waveform may not always take the shape of a smooth shape based around its trigonometric sine or cosine function. AC waveforms can also take the shape of either complex waves, square waves, or triangular waves. These are shown below. Oh, wow. So it actually is different. Huh. So it just depends? So the real answer was it depends? Should have known. I apologize to all of you. I should have known the real. What kind of wave? What kind of wave is it? I have failed in my duty as a senior developer. Because the real answer was it. God damn it. It'd have to be a sine because of how AC is made. Essentially, it spins, it does a rotation. Voltage is gradually increasing and decreasing depending on how far apart the magnets are, so it comes out in a perfect sine. Is this necessarily true though? I'm out of my realm a little bit here. I understand that this would make this voltage would be a sine wave, obviously just due to like how magnets work, but the expression of this rotation would not necessarily be a sine wave due to like resistance in the wire and stuff, right? Because like my understanding is, and I know it's flawed thinking to think of like electrons literally flowing down a wire because that's not how it works, but that there's a limiter on low frequencies in the sine wave that like don't actually put an effect on the wire. So like in your high amplitude, when your amplitude is high, this is obviously expressed on the wire. This is obviously expressed on the wire, but like I was under the assumption that this part doesn't have enough of an influence. Like down, electricity is flowing electrons, bro. No, it isn't. No. No. No, it isn't. Nope. I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you, but that is not what electricity is. It's an expression of the field of flowing electrons. Makes sense if you think about wires as really weirdly shaped magnets. The electrons aren't actually like flowing though. You know what I'm saying? The way electricity works is an expression of the field of electromagnetism. I'm so sorry to be the one to break this to you, because like electrons don't actually like exist at any point. Electrons are basically a distribution of like, how do wires heat? Oh god. So if I say wave function collapse, how many people leave the stream? Answer me that. It's wave function collapsed. Probability function collapse. That's how. Electrons don't really like exist at any point. Eddy currents. This guy fucking knows some physics. Vibrations of electrons, obviously. Electrons, you like to think that they're like this, right? They're just like a little marble with an negative electric charge, but that's not actually what they are. If you look at an electron, it's actually a cloud of probabilities of where the electron is exerting its influence at any given time. So like, for example, let's say that this is our electron and this is how the distribution probability works. There's a 50% chance that it's in this cloud and a 50% chance it's not in this cloud. In like this area, 50% chance that it's here, 50% chance that it's here. And it literally exists like this. So it's not actually anywhere in this cloud. It is a cloud of probabilities of where it could be. But it doesn't actually exist at any point in this, right? When it actually exerts its influence, so like when it actually is like going down the wire or hitting the wire or, you know, having a photon interact with this, right? So like that's probably the easiest one. A photon is coming through and it hits this 50%. Something called a function collapse happens where all of the sudden, because there was a 50% chance of it being here and we rolled correctly, we just got the 50% RNG. When this photon hits this one point, this whole cloud collapses and it becomes an electron at that one point for that split second. Literally for like, you can think of it as like one frame in a game. It becomes an electron for one frame so that it can interact with that photon. Let's say the photon missed and it goes through here. It stays as a cloud. Doesn't matter. I'm being a cloud. You didn't hit me. There was a 50% chance I wasn't there. You lost the coin flip. Continue with your day. 50% chance that it hits. I am now an electron. I exist as an electron. I am now the electrically charged marble that you all know and love. I interact with the photon. Once I'm done interacting, I am back to cloud form. This is how electrons work. When you have electricity on a wire, it is actually an expression of the sum of all of these things creating a field. What I mean by a field is you can think of a field as like in a video game where you have like a graph of all of your points in your game and like you have like a 0. This is, what is this, like 1 0? This is 1 0 and it has some amount of how much the field exists here, right? So let's say this is our electromagnetic field and we give this a 10. And on the other side we have 1. This is going to be like -1, -1, and it has a -7, right? Think about a field as being all of these tiny points in space with their coordinate and how much of that field exists at that point. So when you have a wave, what a wave actually is you can think of the same thing in a field, right? You have This is our field, and we have our wave passing through from left to right. It has a leading edge, so it's going to have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't exist as a particle at any of these different points, but in our little coordinate system, you can see how there's like a little bit of a wave going. That's how the wave travels. And on the flip side, most waves look like this, and most of them are periodic, so they look like this. They have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how the wave works. So, is a wire just electrons traveling down the wire? Really? It kind of is. It's a lot of waves. What's this? How do we save quantum data? Can you explain what a qubit is? Qubits are a little bit out of my understanding. I can do my best. Please take it with a grain of salt. A qubit is a quantum computing bit, and it's the expression of that electron cloud expressed as a superposition. So in a normal computer, you have, if an electron exists, it's a 1, and if it doesn't exist, it's a 0, right? Just how computers work. Is that correct? It's 1 if there's an electron, 0 if there's not an electron. I think that's how it works. It might be flipped. I think this is how it works. In a qubit system, you don't really have 1s and 0s. You could think of like having literally every number. Instead, you have, there's nothing here, or I have the cloud O electrons. And the qubit is expressing these cloud of electrons as a point of data. How is data saved if the position is indeterminate? I don't know. I'm going to be real with you, I don't know. I assume you just save the state of this cloud of electrons, so like, but I don't know how that works. I don't know how that actually works. Use quantum every day because your brain is a quantum computer. No? No, it most certainly is not. What the fuck are you even talking about? No, it's no. Burning question, how's the barbecuing culture in Japan? Just remember that I probably have never seen anything about Japanese people barbecuing outside aside from the restaurants. I only know restaurants as well, actually. I have research to back it up. I don't think that you do. I have a... My man's about to hit me with a ChatGPT prompt that says ChatGPT says that the human brain is a quantum computer, and we're all gonna laugh. All gonna laugh. New research suggests our brain uses quantum computation. Trinity College Dublin adapted an idea developed to prove the existence of quantum gravity to explore the human brain and its working. Just quantum processes are also part of cognitive and conscious brain function. Does that make us a quantum computer? The brain functions measures were also correlated to short-term memory, performance, and consciousness awareness. If the team's results can be confirmed, likely requiring advanced multidisciplinary approaches, they would enhance our general understanding, eventually can be maintained or even healed. They may also help find innovative technologies. For our experience, we use proton spins of... Yeah, if... Quantum brain processes could explain why we still outperform supercomputers when it comes to unforeseen circumstances, decision-making, or learning something new. Our experiments performed only 50 meters away from the light. What? What is it? Why would you add this? Our experiments performed only 50 meters away from the lecture where Schrödinger presented his famous thoughts about life. Okay. Hey, do you have a paper, or it's just some scientists believe? I would love a paper. Do you have a paper? Do you have a paper on this? Can I see the paper? No? No, it's just a random... More information? Here. dx.dy, yeah. Experimental indications of non-classical brain function. Do you see what's happened? Let me read you the fun version. Let's read the fun version. Everyone ready to read the fun version? Scientists from Trinity College Dublin believe our brains could use quantum computation. Experimental indicators of non-classical brain. That's not as... The brain functions measured were also correlated to short-term memory, performance, and consciousness awareness, suggesting quantum processes, also part of cognitive and conscious brain function. Proton spins in bulk of water, which most likely interfere with any brain function, act as known quantum systems. If an unknown meteor exists, then the NMR methods based on multiple quantum coherence can act as an entanglement window. However, there are doubts that today's NMR signals can contain quantum correlations in general, and specifically in the brain environment. Here we use a witness protocol based on pure quantum coherence, where the minimized classical signals to circumvent the NMR detection limits for quantum correlation. For short, repetitive periods, we evoked signals in most parts of the brain. Temporal appearance resembled heartbeat evoked potentials, and that these signals had no correlation with the classical NMR contrast. Similar to HEPs, the evoked signal dependent on consciousness. Consciousness related to electrophysiological signals are unknown in NMR. Remarkably, the signals only appeared if the local properties of mediation were trying to suggest that we may have witnessed entanglement mediation related brain functions. Brain functions must then operate non-classical, which means that consciousness is non-classical. Okay. There's something that I'm seeing here. Should be here, according to this research paper. See anything about our brains being quantum computers? And this article was a fun read. Margin research is like ChatGPT. Yeah. A lot of the papers do. This is just one. Cool. Kind of an obsession already. Glad you find something. This is Tech Pro Talk if I've ever seen one. Oh my god. Definitely, bro. Sounds like Healy. I'm not sure what that is. Where did I build them? OpenAI, ChatGPT Alpha, IBM 7 Qubit. Proof, I asked ChatGPT and ChatGPT gave me the wrong answer, but then I asked it again and asked it to give me the right answer and it gave me the right answer. Take that, liberals. Why wouldn't quantum computing be in our brains? It could. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying prove it. Need a little bit more than that, that's all. It could be. I'm not saying it's not. I have no idea. ChatGPT Alpha plugins? The advanced AI? ChatGPT Alpha is an advanced. Uses quantum computers to heal your body. Also a pyramid scheme. Oh! Rip. Most powerful AI in the universe. Okay, weirdly, I might agree with you on that. Just due to like a mathematical thing where like ChatGPT I think is the best AI that we have right now. I don't think it's very good, but I think it is the best one that we have right now. Best in the universe? I guess I haven't seen anything that beats it. I might actually give that to you. I think I might, yeah. I think I'll give that one up. No, your ChatGPT isn't as powerful as ChatGPT Alpha. I think 4.0 would be better than Alpha, my humble opinion. Linear regression tends to get better with more data. But I'm so good at AI jokes, dude. I should be a fucking comedian. Imagine this guy would do reaction streams, reacts to science videos or something. I'm a big science video believer. Science video. Yeah. Yeah. I guess some weeb probably has a really good model in the PC. Like the one dude that helped propel image enhancing so we could upscale his wife in pictures. True. Alpha's like 50,000 4.0 models, 50k GPU. It is not the power of the model, but the data. The not joke, but the saying in AI research, this is how you can tell if someone's a real AI researcher or if they're just a tech bro, is the world's greatest AI in the entire universe, the best AI that we've ever created, will be beat by a linear regression with 10 times as much. When I made the SHA encryption algorithm, it seems literally unknown. You want to know who made the Bitcoin? This is the weirdest link that I've ever found in my life. So this isn't me. But if you've ever Googled your name, the internet did something strange last week. When a researcher named Sky Gray posted a detailed analysis, like in a mirror, thoughts on the company. Okay, the person who posted this, their name is Sky Gray, which is my name, which is crazy. Researcher named Sky Gray posted a detailed analysis of textual biases in the writing of shadowing Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto and a researcher named Nick named Nick at George Washington University. Interest was muted but optimistic. Did Gray, thank you for using my last name, I really appreciate that, who would decline to go into much personal detail, crack the code? Or was it, as always, just a matter of lucky conjecture? Did you know I was a researcher to figure out, even goes by SG? Wait, hold on, okay, this might literally be, what the fuck? I think I decided to publish what I found for 2 reasons. I'm not certain, but I have quite a few independent pieces of evidence pointing to this. Text analysis. Only 0.01% of cryptography researchers could have produced writing this style. Again, please attack my methods on this. I kind of fuck with this guy. Wait, hold up. Did I write this? The fact that Nick was searching for technical collaborators? Citation. I think it's very important to identify, especially at this point in Bitcoin's history, the agenda behind Bitcoin, if there is any, cannot say in the shadow of Bitcoin if it became a mainstream alternative currency. Huh. Weird. Sky Gray, yeah. Literally me, bro. I wrote an article. Where's the name Sky Gray come up on this? I don't see it anywhere on here. What? How do you know his name? How do you know my name? How do you... What? Who wrote this? Like in a mirror at WordPress.com. Who are you? Why have you taken my name? Why haven't you posted since March 2014? I have so many questions about my past self. Bitcoin is built off a single dude who walked away from his wallet. He never did it, which just wouldn't have worked out. Like in a mirror, it's like you from the mirror dimension. Oh my god, oh my god, like, holy shit. Dude. I think this is like my Mandela effect. Thank you for the bit. What the fuck is happening? You're right. Is this an escaped mirror dimension experimentee? Holy shit. Holy shit. I just realized you typed the same message twice and I only read it when you gave me a bit. Chat is pay to win. Nothing on the net about Sky Gray, by the way. Can't find anything. Good. The past being the past. I was in high school. But Jago, I think the creator of Bitcoin probably uses Bitcoin, just not in the original wallet. I think if the person who made Bitcoin sells the Bitcoin that's like in the original wallet, bad things would happen. I think my understanding of like why they wouldn't sell that, because it like shows it'd be like an investor, like a CEO of a company selling all their shares. We're probably far enough distance from that it wouldn't really make that big of a splash, but yeah, there's probably like billions of dollars in an account somewhere that can't be touched, which is kind of funny. There's also like burned Bitcoin, which is like an interesting thing to think about. Bitcoin that is sent to like the wrong address and just never, it's gone now. So like we'll never actually hit 21 million Bitcoins, because like some are literally just gone forever. Great. I once bought a wizard staff with Bitcoin. I was at a Ren fair and for anyone that like is a big proponent of crypto, I like to tell them this story. So I was at a Ren fair and there was a guy selling handmade cool as fuck wizard staffs. Mine is now with my friend Brendan in the state of Texas. He's taking good care of it. I used it to cast many a spells. Above the shop, he said there's a sign that says we take cash and Sir Bitcoin. You want to change the AC to DC? Big spinny magnet? Thoughts? It says cash and Sir Bitcoin, and then it had like the Bitcoin, like a B with 2 things through it, and I was like, you take Bitcoin? And I went and talked to him. I talked to this guy about crypto for like probably 20, 30 minutes. This was when crypto was still kind of new. I used I was a big Ethereum, wasn't like a proponent, but I thought it was cool. I still think the technology behind Bitcoin is cool. I don't love that you have to burn a forest every time you want to like, buy an egg, but I think the math behind it is cool, right? So I used to own a little bit of Ethereum. Sold it and made like $6,000. It was awesome before it crashed. Just buy low, sell high. It's so easy. But he said he takes Bitcoin, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any Bitcoin, but I have Ethereum. Do you take Ethereum? And he's like, yeah, of course I take Ethereum. So like, I open up my like Coinbase. It was probably some weird fucking third-party wallet shit that I don't even remember. And I go to send him some Ethereum. Now, I don't know how many of you people have ever used Ethereum to actually purchase a thing, like in real life, because it's a little different on the internet. But here's how it works. You ready? I say, what's your address? He gives me his address. You can actually use a QR code. It's very convenient. So I QR code his address, and I send him, I think the staff was like $70, so at the time that was like a tenth of a Bitcoin, or maybe it was even Litecoin, but he was Litecoin for a while. Okay, I send him the Ethereum, and then, do you know what happens? It gets taken out of my account. So my account goes down 0.1 something ETH. Sweet. And I go, hey, he took it out of my account. Did you get the Ethereum? And he goes, no. Oh, that's not good. And I go, that's kind of weird. I checked the transaction. The transaction says it went through. The transaction says it's good. On my end, it says, hey, I sent the 10 Bitcoin to this wallet. And I go, okay. I click on it again. And this is where the very funny things happen. So it says sent. And it was green. It had like a little green check mark next to it. Sent. Cool. Awesome. And then I open up the thing, and it goes, sent. Validator. 1. Check. Validator. 2. And then it gives ... I'm like, oh, it has to validate the node. That makes sense. Of course it does. That's how things work on a crypto network, right? You have a validator, you mine a new block, and then you validate the new block, and that's where the transaction happens. Do you know how long? Do you know how long it takes to mine a new block and validate it on the Ethereum network? At the time, it was about 5 minutes. Imagine you go to the grocery store and they ask you to pay for your groceries, and you give them your credit card, and they go, cool. Please wait 5 minutes. What else am I supposed to do? He doesn't have the money. I don't have the money either. The money is on the chain now, and it's gonna sit there for 10 minutes. So I go, listen, can I just come back later when the transaction is verified and pick up my wizard staff? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. The problem is, we were at a Ren fair out in the middle of nowhere in Texas, so my internet wasn't very good. So I'm trying to check to see if my money was sent for like 20 to 30 minutes before I finally got enough service to be like, oh, it did send. So I go back to the wizard man like an hour later to pick up the thing that I purchased an hour ago, and it validated. So when people say like crypto is like the future of currency, I like just show my anecdotal experience with it, where I go to buy something, it says I bought it, the guy says I didn't buy it, and then I wait 30 minutes for some person's computer to say like, no, he did. And I get to go back to the person and be like, oh, okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of crypto. This is kind of sick. It is faster now. There's like ways you can do validation. In the meantime, my voice is dying. Let's go. It's 10:42. Did we finish the game jam? Not really, but I had a good time making it still. And I had a good time hanging out with y'all. And I had a good time chatting. So, could be worse. We ended? Yeah, it's time to go. And unfortunately, this will be the end for quite some time, my friends. I'm gonna miss your stream. I'm gonna miss all of you. I really will. I will try to stream Sound Voltex as much as I can. And other than that, I'm going to rest up. Be back for the next Godot Wild Jam. We're gonna go crazy, alright? Till then, all of you people, get some good rest. Listen to your body. Smart. Okay? There's more to life than just pushing yourself as hard as you possibly can. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. This has been a great adventure. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be here. And hopefully by the next time I stream the Minecraft servers up. Am I right? One extra shot just for the fun of it. Churro and Copy Girl are on. Let's go. I mean, look. It's gonna be the last one for a while. You know where we at. You come on. Come on. Is there gonna be anyone else? Come on. There's a problem with the Minecraft server? It's just not set up yet. No. Alright. Wait. Before I go. Before I'm out of here forever. Again, don't be Sun Voltex stream. Don't get too crazy. Can you help with the server? No, Neb's just really busy. I gotta go. Yeah, 7? Maybe this works? No, it's literally me, bro. Don't show them me. I'm leaving. 4 weeks ago. And it's me again. I'm so popular. 26 days. June 15th, huh? Well, if I don't see you when I'm playing Sun Voltex, I'll see you all on June 15th. Alright, until then, everyone get some rest, some water, get some food, take it easy. Bye-bye. Did I submit? Nope.